Hello, Internet. It is time to finish this chapter. I mean, I'm sure we can do it. 4 hours should be enough probably for this. We did stop when we entered the cool mausoleum to get a sword. And we will just get our sword, I'm pretty sure. It is spooky when the game gives you remade team with map. But we have Calcid with us, so I cannot complain. It's... I mean, I know a few of those at least, I guess. Can I... Okay. I guess it's not the most important. Would be cool if you actually could inspect the operators here, but I guess it might be a mess to actually code. We probably got this. Bloody hell, these new lads are tough. We charge together! Ready, set! Grab me. No, stay back. Get away from the dead. What's going on? Strange aura permeates the battlefield around the fallen soldiers. Is this time for vampire zombies? Something seeps out from their skin, their eyes, their ears, their noses. It's not blood. There's nothing tangible. Perhaps it is fear, the fear of what comes after death. Unsurmountable fear that is rapidly draining the life force. This stage, high side boost. How bad could this be? I might be stupid and got carried by my characters, but how bad could this be? Get back! I can breathe again. Thanks. You're from Woods Island. A doctor? Russia called you a doctor, right? Everyone get behind me. No, everyone that just has like cool mantle on and everything is a doctor. This is witchcraft? All ancient Sarkha's witchcraft comes from the same place. Death. Wendigo, Nachtzehrer, Vampire, Gargoyle, Lick. Even the Banshees. Death is the end for most living things, but a source of power for many Sarkhas. The source stops the corruption from spreading. Life and death have always been two sides of the same coin. But there's only so much time I can buy. We can stop the armies of the Nachtzehrer, if it's only his vanguard here. I kinda really wanted to see more of it, since I might be biased, but Nachtzehrer, cool German thing. I mean, cool German. It is kinda just spooky undead that want to basically kill their family, from my understanding. So I am interested to see what they actually made out of them. Ancient Sarkha slithers on the battlefield, driving death and decay before him. I've only heard legends. We must hurry. Celtic gave the signal to retreat. And then brought a cute monster onto the battlefield. We called it Warren's closure. Guess there's no other way. Transmitted data, 70%. It will have to do. Heist, go find Clovis. Alright, Doctor. Everyone, follow me. Woods Island, follow Monster. Yes, Doctor. Informer Mia, Ascalon and Lucas. We're gonna perish. No response. The call goes unanswered. Something is not right. Mia's not in the habit of ignoring you, even in the middle of fierce fighting. My daughter's dead. The RTS does not show the status of operators, but you realize that she's in great danger. Amiya! 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 Well, there she goes. The Nachtserra arrived early. Time to move. Dr. Calcite was quick enough. Delaying the lich is all she can do. Nachtserra army is far more organized than any other Sarkaz faction. He will move quickly. Amiya? Retreat? No. We cannot. Vampire's blood shackles can be cut. Nachtserra's deadly corruption can be resisted. But there's no way to avert the Dark Cloud gaze as long as we remain on this land. There's no place untouched by the anguish and wrath of the Sarkaz. Countless voices rush into her head. It is time to get that backstory. She hears children who lost their parents to war sobbing as they walk amongst the wounds. She hears the dull clunk of a young soldier's sword as it meets the head of an enemy for the first time. She hears a banshee facing a deformed city, chanting incantations that he has just learned in the silver moonlight. She hears a vampire chuckle alone in a canyon, turning the enemies charging towards the Sarkaz settlement into a sea of blood. That sound metal. She hears the dead souls in the sky, screaming towards the earth. Why did we have to die? Because we were Sarkaz? Black lines surge uncontrollably from her eyes, ears and mouth. Stretching and entwining, she's gonna explode or no. For an instant, all the Sarkaz feel their hearts grasped by the black strings. Don't be affected, Amiya. What happened, Doctor? I thought I heard a sound. Yes, muffled Sarkaz tribal language. I agree. The earth is filled with darkness. Darkness gives birth to evil. Evil brings pain. So what did we learn? We should just nuke Earth. What's Closer saying? I don't understand. I don't know. I feel dizzy. What's happening in my head? This is Sarkaz witchcraft, Doctor. I don't feel anything. Hey, look at the enemy. They're also doing the funny thing. It must be kinda so horrifying in a sense. Even if it's like your enemies, imagine just everyone you're fighting suddenly stops and just spouting gibberish nonsense. Share. I've heard a similar language before. It's unorthodox arts. Doctor, retreat with the corpse and the other operators immediately. But Amiya, you're affected too? Rampant power is eating away at the souls of all Sarkaz. Not even a Conversarius can repel it. Even if I can resist it for a while. Could it be? Only the Sovereign of the Sarkaz can use the hope of her men as consolation and punish traitors with the deepest fears. Only the King of Sarkaz. I know what you're thinking, Doctor. Head's empty. You're wondering which king is attacking all of the Sarkaz indiscriminately. It's our king. Mia's in danger. Whether Theresa is responsible for it or not. The power of the King of Sarkaz. How can an untrained vessel contain millennia of our racial memories? I see. I see. You cannot contain it. Wings you wear on your hand come from Theresa. You thought it would trap both the blessing and the curse. But you forgot that what was given can be taken back. You must have noticed, Ascalon. His Highness is affecting Emir. We can't afford any delay. The Nachtseher and Verwieses may appear at any moment. We must take Emir away. By force, if necessary. Emir. Wings do not quack or change color. I mean, that's good, right? They're trembling because she is. Cortus, you're not worthy of the crown that Verwiese bestowed upon you. Not because you're not Sarkas, but because you have never tried to understand the nature of the Sarkas. Like Verwiese, you have been blinded by the creature that calls itself Kal'Tsit. Is Kal'Tsit just the boogeyman for the Sarkas? You fought the Sarkas, a race linked by blood, like the felines. You fought our way of resistance to injustice. You fought our struggle, a conflict between nations. But are they truly so? Look, vengeance in the eye, King of Sarkas. Listen to the lamentations in the clouds above your head. They will tell you that the Sarkas were never the same people as the shameful invaders. The elders and the ancients were never the same people. I'm feeling I'm probably getting some deep history of terror type lore that one day will make sense. Castle was never a city, nor a nation. When the Sarkas were known as Tikas, when they still had a home, Castle meant the entire world that we saw before our eyes. Castle was terror. Okay, so you ruled over the whole planet. Infinite sorrow engulfs her, binding her, suffocating her. Dark clouds fill her vision, no matter where she turns. How can she escape? What would it take? She can only listen. Listen and cry. The Sarkas scales the city walls. Behind him, the city of Quay Iron. Above his head, a black banner. Wounded warriors line up before him. Young Sarkas, about his age but untrained, guard the city walls with rusty swords in their hands. Countless compatriots stand behind him. Some old, some young, only with nothing more than bows and arrows for hunting. Hey, weapon is a weapon. Army has tread the barrens and come before the city. They hear the staffs of the spire casters cut through air. They hear the Gaulish gunners directing the original guns. They hear the heavy footsteps of steam armor, and the gushing of steam as they charge. Maybe I need to look at a world map of Terra again, but how close is even, like, Londinium and their country to Castle, that they went directly to war? Wouldn't be Russia basically be in the middle? Actually, I don't quite remember where Castle is. Maybe Castle is... They hear the wind blowing the commander's ropes, and the cold and dull sound it makes when it hits armor. Is anything using PC? Okay, I think now it's actually sending it again. That's good. That's good. I'm sorry about that. I'm not even quite sure what was the problem. But it did get disconnected. Since my internet was doing fine. Not sure if VStream has any problems, which would be spooky. It does seem not the heaviest on the thing. But also should be alright, I think. Refresh one more time for good luck. Okay, but now back into hearing Kal'Tsit taking over Castle. I know all that the Sakas are planning. Hatred is a sickness that cannot be cured. Vengeance will bring wounds to the land that can never be healed. Ambition must be culled while in the bud, for the peace of the world for the next 200 years. Well, but what after those? Fire rushes towards Castle from all directions. Another castle is reduced to ruin. Countless Sakas die in the conflagration, but a worse fate awaits those who survive it. Why did I have to die? Because our origin was different? Must we be eradicated simply because the land could not stand our hatred anymore? I mean, you know, maybe should not lead hateful lives. 6 heroes rise from the wounds. They charge the great army before them, carrying the burning banner of Castle. No Sakas dies willingly. The screams of the tens of thousands of Sakas who fell become war drums for the heroes as they charge the enemy. Answer me, enemy. Who are you to decide the castle must be destroyed? Who are you to judge the Sakas? Why do you not speak? Why do you not answer? Kal'Tsit, Kal'Tsit, Kal'Tsit! Right, maybe the doctor's not the only one that do funny walk rhymes. Walls of Castle are falling, so are the dead Sakas with ash and rubble. She is falling. Alright, it's beginning to clear. I can see again. Wait on the tower. Mia, closer your throne. The assassin delays the vampire. The castle slows the falling. That's good enough. You fly across the battlefield on a zipline, pulled along by the throne. You grab Mia's hand and pull her into your arms just before she hits the ground. We are an actual action movie hero. Kal'Tsit, Doctor! Doctor! Why is Mia saying Kal'Tsit's name? See tears of sorrow in the corners of Mia's eyes and fury in her furrowed brow. What did she see? What did she hear? Crap! Doctor! Something's coming up fast. What the heck? It's so close! Face it! No. It was there all along. A silhouette. A Sakas watching you silently. He lacks the thick malice of the vampire, the proud contempt of the Confessarius, or the fearsome aura of the Nachtzehrer. He even lacks the Wendigo's imposing statue. Aww. Just one Sakas, no army, no servants. He rose from his throne, laid down the authority that he never truly cared for, and walked here. The cold gaze not seen for 2 centuries. A sword is right before your eyes. You see it before you see his face clearly. Mia will die, so will you, if you do not let her go. You came here with one goal, to kill the king of Sakas in your arms. Well, what if we instead kill him? Familiar silhouette cuts in front of you and Mia. Let's go. That is my favorite cat girl. Red warm liquid splashes onto your face, and your hands, which are still holding Mia. Ooh, that's not only monster though. Kal'Tsit. Quiet without even thinking. She's dying. She may die this instant. Nah, she'll be fine. You've never felt this possibility so clearly before. Dr. Lyra. Take him here. Go. We got this. Kal'Tsit. All the effort could only deflect the unremarkable sword by inches. Rosa pulls on you desperately, while you continue to hold Mia in your arms. The throne rapidly pulls you back, while a bloodied Kal'Tsit remains in front of you. Avises. Weak struggle, okay. You've decided to stand against the Sakas again. I saw you reborn by Visa's side 200 years ago. The culprit responsible for Castel's destruction. The immortal who tamed history. Is Kal'Tsit also somehow bullshit immortal? I mean, I guess she has been here for a long while. You did many things for her. Told stories of fantastic realms that we could never see. It is a shame. You're just accelerating destruction. Dr. Kal'Tsit, you can't. I know. Better for Sarkaz to head to her destruction one step faster than to be robbed of the right to exist by your cruel machinations. No, I don't have the strength to talk. It was impressive that you intercepted the Lick's messenger. Not even the military commissioners found any trace. But still, it was not an admissible conversation. So I warned you once. I will kill you again, Kal'Tsit. I mean, okay, if she can die once, she can die twice.
지정된 좌표에 도착했다.
I mean, okay.
전부 쓸어버리면 되는 거지.
We have only one exit, which is good for us. I have a quadrillion of units I've basically never used. So you get more attacks. You will just be good vanguard. I mean, Perfumer is POC healer. And probably do want to use Perfumer before we do Cardigan. Or why cuttings? Why did I guess I did see healing was like, yeah, that's the healer. It's cutting being tank is needed. Probably still want to use monster. What? Guess I can't really look. I don't know what skill that Kal'Tsit is using. Just increase the attack, or some more attack. You were... you were not AoE. My bad, my bad. Shining. Next heal grants target barrier that lasts for 3 seconds. Oh, that could be neat. Okay, so we really want you to heal our main tanks. And we can just tank everything there. Attack range expands, release one, and some stun. You were an ambusher, right? Yes, let's go, I do like them. It's not even my goat, but I guess she should be in theory better. You're just good tank. I can never increase this and change into some meteorites. That's AoE and stun, right? Yep. Okay. I kinda got it. She lied. Where do we put you?
상황은
I guess with how Kal'Tsit is positioned, we can
최적의 포진.
kinda have to put it there somewhere, which is sad. But sure. Okay, you also do need more help than I thought you would. Maybe this. That was like 1 second too slow. Yippee. Oh, the ambushers are cool. That was pretty strong. I would say we do try to also keep everyone here alive.
한순간입니다. 최적의 포진을 생각해줘. 무슨 일이지?
Probably do want some AoE going on then.
잊어본 적은 없습니다.
In this direction, maybe we do want to more target upwards. I don't know. Because I also do have some persistence there, but that seems like very spicy to put people there.
약자야, 당신은 제가 지켜드리겠습니다.
It's interesting. I like really are not used to having those units though. We do have so much more magic casting than actual. I mean, I do like the idea of just having you summon it still.
저에게 맡겨주십시오.
Especially because of this, I did not think, oh fuck. A actual tank.
어쩔 셈이죠? 가십시오. 걱정하지 마세요.
That did kind of work so far pretty well. That is useless. It's also useless. Yeah, I guess we do put you here.
제가 지켜드리겠습니다.
I would say we are a great pile.
꿰뚫어 버려지 마.
다들 편한 대로 해도 돼.
I guess. Oop. We kinda expect you to perish, but some extra damage is extra damage.
지켜드리겠습니다.
Ooh,
모두
we
날
do get to
따라오도록.
fight for Thesis actually. That might be rough. That my conceit.
제가
That's not fair.
가십시오.
Are
꿰뚫어
we?
버려지 마.
네네. 저기 있는 거 딱 보였어.
Are we actually clopping the Mando? That would be neat. I might be biased, but I feel like it would be a great idea.
건 없습니다. 모두 날 따라오도록.
What do the cast do again?
당신
And what?
제가 지켜드리겠습니다.
Just fire the hell out of them. They may cannot just kill Kyle and then leave. That is rude. But yeah, this was surprisingly easy.
여기야. 적의 시야에는 아무것도
I-
없을 거야.
Maybe I was more traumatized. When was that? I think it was the Faust stage where the game did give me like 3-mate team and okay, I take it back. This is maybe horrible. How was I supposed to kill them quicker though? Aww.
제가 지켜드리겠습니다.
Hochmut kommt vor dem Fall, as we like to say in German. Okay, well, that might be a problem
이번엔
then.
아쉽게 됐지만 이 정도로 포기하진 않을 거야.
The 7 she did her best. How do I? Don't think it. Were the 3 men standing around long before they
지정된
came?
좌표에 도착했다.
I should maybe also learn the actual name instead of calling them 3 men. But yes,
이제 두 번 다시는
that felt
미래의
kind of
평화를 볼 기회가
rough.
없겠지.
I wonder if I could intercept the slash. Wait, actually, let me. Can I look actually what Thesis actually
말도 안
does?
됩니다. 제가 어째서?
I feel like having Calcite for the end would be kinda neat. Knocks down anything in its way. I guess that is like a no. How the hell did... that's interesting. How actually did they do this, since it's not like... I wouldn't know any of those operators be able to do anything like that. I mean, okay, to be granted, it's not like I used that many of those operators. But yes. I still like the idea of starting with this, if we can be greedy. Actually, maybe I should have put you further back. Yeah. This might still be scuffed since on their own they cannot kill. I think I rather... Nah, this is also bad placement for her. We do want that in front. I guess we can put you here. We need a tank back anyways. I'm not coping. I hoped you would live. But yeah, I guess this start should be kinda straightforward again. Maybe Monster on the Right was actually also a lot more efficient. I do still like you rather there. This is... Man, this is so much... Okay, let's just restart this. This is worse my first attempt. No, it's not. You're like the MVP. I wanted to ask if there's any good ambushers, but I guess Ascalon is like probably the best ambusher. I assume. Getting her would be nice. What if we do wait of putting you down later? Actually, that is like instantly restore HP, isn't it? Okay, I should wait with that. Meeting is hard. But I do want her first. Oh. Oh, this is still not great. How did I do this last time differently at the start?
최적의 포진을 생각해줘. 몬스터.
이 바보들아, 내가 상대해주마.
모두.
You will not live for long in that position. Actually, we just want to wait for the AoE, I would say. Or the healing. Healing does sound nice.
번영인가, 혹은 멸망인가. 걱정하지 마세요. 모두 날 따라오도록.
경제는 늘 앞서가는 법이죠.
성부통을 역할을 다해라.
Ah, no, you won't live. Let's see if you... Wait, the first way, I feel like anything should be kinda trivial now, other than the end.
잘 부탁드리 태양의 불꽃에 타버리십시오.
I guess we either go like super hard on the healing, but then maybe I mispositioned you.
당신은 제가 지켜드리겠.
저 녀석들에겐 이제 두 번 다신 내일의 태양을 볼 기회가 없겠지.
Let's just see the damage.
그래.
다른 사람 당신은 제가
Goodbye, Kha'Zix. You will be not forgotten.
쓰러져라.
잘 부탁드리죠. 네네. 다들 좋다.
고통은 잊어본 적은 없습니다.
Like, so far, everything is fine.
이런 건 슬프네요.
Maybe I do
잘
hope
부탁드리죠.
that I can keep him just alive to this.
무섭지는 않아.
쓰러져라.
나
당신은 제가 지켜드리겠습니다.
늦어. 너무 느려.
I do not have any more range for anything.
박사 말대로 할게.
I
걱정하지
come back
마세요.
home.
전장에서는 망설이지 않아. 박사. 소용없어. 이런 향은 좋아해? 좋았어. 너희 공격 따윈 안 먹힌다고.
고통을
Yeah, this is still spooky, even with one more heal on the field.
좋았어.
Or maybe not.
좋았어.
걱정하지 마세요.
Okay, that is Shova again.
저희에게 맡겨주십시오.
How am I
정도는
supposed? I should have put you further down. Ooh.
걱정하지 마세요.
I just don't get it.
해볼까?
Maybe I needed
연목
to.
없습니다. 도베르만 선생님.
Okay, but I think that those were just the enemies that become stronger the more enemies died beforehand, right? You are this. The more enemies defeated, the higher HP, attack and defense will spawn. I guess it might not even be because they're not spawned from the twigs. But how am I stopping them? Oh, I did never realize I could do that for the sorting. I guess it's one way to know who counts as elites and stuff.
몬스터, 날 따라와라.
오늘은
Okay.
어떤 재미있는 영상을
I
찍을 수
guess
있을까?
I think I'm just getting used to sacrificing Fang at the start. Maybe that is better.
가짜 위치로.
최적의 포진을 생각해줘.
Maybe we could put some damage down earlier. Could do this probably and still have enough for monster.
꿰뚫어 버려주마.
That does work. Neat.
친 기술을 쓰면 이 정도는 식은 죽 먹기야. 모두 날 따라오도록.
Right, that should speed us up, but it's not like even the start was the problem then.
이런 건 슬프네요. 네, 듣고 있습니다.
Actually, I'm gonna... Maybe we don't need a healing on this field. We could maybe put Shining one further away.
당신은
And I don't have a good spot for her. I guess we could start her there and... Okay, let's redo this. I might be stupid. I could probably just clear it normally and come back to the stage, but where's the fun in that? Where is the fun in that?
몬스터, 날 따라와라.
저희에게 맡겨주시. 다들 편한 대로 해도 돼.
Just put food directly here.
그럼 갔다 올게.
꿰뚫어 버려지 마.
Okay. Okay, what if we put Shining here?
그저 한순간입니다.
여기야. 적의 시야에는 아무것도 없을 거야. 걱정하지 마.
And then we start AoEing here.
앞서가는 법이죠.
당신은 모두 날 따라오도록.
I guess if we stop relying, we could also just tank further down, since
고통을
we do know
잊어본 적은 없습니다.
that our man monster will perish anyways in the future. We could just tank back here. Maybe go for that?
덤벼 덤벼.
당신은 제가 지켜드리겠습니다.
Seems a bit spicy.
전부 개시. 기술을 쓰면 이 정도는 식은 죽 먹고요.
걱정하지 마세요.
We are not in Kha'Zit sealing range anymore for this.
시작하죠.
모두를
What if we just throw in a second tank though? If we consider second breakfast. Do this.
걱정하지 마세요.
전부 쓸어버리면 되는 거지.
Cannot retweet her. Wood.
적부대 발견. 작전 준비.
저 녀석들에겐 이제 두 번 다신 내일의 태양을 볼 기회가 없겠지.
I guess for now, maybe get rid of. Actually, get rid of you for now. I hope we do get you back in time so we can basically tank switch.
고통을 잊어본 적은 없습니다.
I'm just seeing her go.
거기 있는 거 딱 보였어. 이런 거 싫어.
이런 걸
It might also be not long for this world of the corruption going your way, but eh. Okay.
네네.
But that's not it. Oh. Now that's it. Actually, we do want you still.
걱정하지 마세요.
Can I do anything with this spot? Not really. Satch.
늦어.
I guess what we can do,
알았어.
put Quavo there in the second in theory.
자신감이 너무 넘치면 좋지 않다고.
Otherwise, I'm starting to not be sure what else I can optimize. I'm also not sure if tanking both of them on
잊어본 적은
one
없습니다.
is actually the tank is basically a good idea.
냥.
쓰러져라.
좋았어. 너희
So I assume that is a lot of damage coming my way now. Yeah, that's...
덤벼 덤벼.
Probably should have split it up.
슬프네요.
Might just... you know what? We might get that split in a second.
당신은
The second has survived. Yeah, but the cooldown is still far too big. Come on, we're kinda close.
다른 사람들은 날 따라올 수 있는 거야?
Oh. Okay, we're getting there.
말도 안 됩니다. 제가 어째서?
I feel like pulling slightly back was a good idea. We just split it on 2 tanks and we are fine. I feel like this took me far too long.
지정된 좌표에 도착했다. 가자.
저 녀석들에겐 이제 2번 다신 내일의 태양을 볼 기회가 없겠지.
Who did I end up with having there in the long term? Let's not be... Maybe let's be... Nah, let's not be greedy. We know this works. Let's go with this. We have more than enough time to adjust.
꿰뚫어버리지 마.
So let's... I would put you here. We can tank here with our tanks, I guess, this time around. Can we? What is your range? I guess we would want you to still be there then. Which means I could put you just there later when we switch. Which is fair.
꿰뚫어버리지 마.
Put you here.
한순간입니다.
여기요. 늦어. 난 저기 보이지만 저들은 아쉽게 됐네.
Guess once Fang basically dies, we can already start pulling back. I guess we can already set this up. Put you here.
꿰뚫어버리지 마. 걱정하지 마세요.
약자의 앞엔 파멸이 기다리고 있을 뿐이랍니다.
준비는 전부 마쳐두었습니다. 준비 완료.
Did your job.
기습 준비 됐어.
You are perishing though.
늦어.
이런 건 슬프네요.
That's a lot of angry people coming your way.
준비 오지마. 모두를 지켜줄게.
고통을.
What I meant is this is fine. Do wonder who is the best to... I guess we do know that we're gonna put K4 there. This doesn't really matter who we keep. This is 576 damage, 571. Guess maybe I do want just those 2 there. She would be more AoE damage. But we don't really care about more AoE damage. I think. I hope.
전부 쓸어버리면 되는 거지. 어떤 싸움이 될까나.
얼어붙어라!
당신, 제가 지켜드리겠습니다.
자기가 강하다고 생각하는 건가?
I guess you probably get your skill back in time.
걱정하지 마세요.
I do wonder why am I allowed to put somebody down there. I guess we could stall there. I don't see the reason for that.
슬프네요.
Or maybe I'm also just the stupid. I guess this is some added damage we can get in.
이런 건
Yeah, I guess we can also put you later there and that can also hit. Okay, okay.
그럼 갔다 올게. 냥, 이건 어때?
얼어붙어라! 기꺼이
So yeah, you did your job.
이런 날아라. 나 여기야. 잘 부탁드리십시오. 냥,
걱정하지 마세요.
이런 향은 좋아.
No, we just have to survive a little bit.
입장에서는 망설이지 않아. 네, 여기가 내 홈이야.
걱정하지 마세요.
I mean, what can I say? This does look beautiful now. She does... Okay, there comes the damage. I guess only every few big attacks is actually damage.
이런 건 슬프네요.
Ah, might as well.
저희에게 맡겨주십시오.
It's that easy, baby.
걱정하지 마세요.
문제 없어. 침착해. 나 이거
I do have developed one brain cell. Yippee! Doctor, you have to take Amiya and go. Shining can't hold Favises off for long. The throne. We're not gonna talk about Calcita dying, okay. Grab the zip line, Doctor. We'll go as far as we can. I punched them, if worst comes to worst. I don't like fighting, if I can help it. But Favisia pulled me out of that attic. And me and Calcita taught me responsibility. I'm a vampire too. It's for you, Closure, over here. Huh? Time to move, Doctor. The zipline's ready. Give me your hand. It's time to Spoderman. A burst of light explodes as the sword pierces the ground. Time stops in an instant. Confessarius witchcraft. General! I'm a Calcite. She approaches the end of the cycle. Old Silent Cortus was rescued. The second arc of vampires is pursuing the Banshee and Ascalon. What of Theresa? I just received Her Highness' signal, General. It's ready. Good. The real boss fight of this chapter. The Regent looks up at the overcast sky and the walls in the distance. The true battlefield of the Sarkas lies beyond the walls. It's time to begin. I guess we were too late. Are you ready? There's nothing to make ready. Right. We're finally here. Wiener, I must. You must bear witness to all this. And that is such a big place. Jesus Christ. Underwood black structure lies at the end of the tunnel. Generation after generation, the greatest minds in Victoria came together to build it. All this just to hold a sword. If you are the heroes who can use it to conquer catastrophe, then let humanity use its wisdom to raise a shield against the storm. These structures, the entire building, was made for this. Voices rise up again. The calls are no longer urgent, no longer sharp, no longer attempting to persuade or incite. She feels a tired sense of peace. She has been here before. She has been guided to this place long before her memories took shape. Just like then, she knows where she must go, what she must take. It's time to take Excalibur. It is right there, in the middle of the room, unguarded, so unremarkable it might as well have been a tiny decoration in this grand building. That is a fancy sword. But King Gas, yeah. King Gasgav? Can I? The size of kings, yes, yes. It lay there, and continues to do so, over the centuries to countless reforgings. Siege extends a hand toward it. She is worthy. Broken shadows fill the space, rising and ebbing, resonating. Exantvina, Wiener Victoria. Whisper her name. She touches the sword. Shards of days gone by pass through her body. She hears a boom in her mind. Suddenly, she understands all the pain. Now she gets to hear the voices of all her ancestors. She is the source of all those visions and sounds. They are her doubts, confusion, regrets, recollections. Things she has forgotten, and things she intentionally forgot. Hey, that's the best way to get rid of trauma. Just forget it. A great hand raises her. Londinium ascends up from beneath her, taking her across the land of Victoria. The land that she and her friends walked. Countless voices superimpose upon one another. Victoria, Victoria. This is Victoria. Her Victoria. Mina, Mina! The voices call out. She opens her eyes. There are no illusions now, no tides. She holds in her hand the size of kings, symbol of the Victorian monarchy. There's little to show that this is a sort of legend. It is unremarkable in size and design. I mean, to be fair, better that she is actually able to carry it instead of being like a gigantic sword, something like Cloud would carry instead. Looks like an ordinary sword. You have the size of kings, Vina. It's lighter than I expected. Let's go. Time to go home. She just wants to turn around and feel the sword's warmth with her hands. Don't. But she feels a colder blade in her back. I mean, I guess the game did make it kind of obvious that we would get betrayed. But yes, I knew it. We're not gonna get our sword. Oladale, please, don't turn around. Give me the sword. Your Highness Alexandrina, I'm sorry. I have to. I have to do this. Come on, we saved your cool Steam Knight armor, and that's the thanks. Aladale's voice is calm, but filled with a terrible, resolute sorrow. Jeet recalls the memories that Morgan wrote in chest. A handful of pages, clumsily written, with less than elegant vocabulary. The story starts with a fictional fight. Everyone returns to base after the fight. Aladale makes a cream stew for them in the story. Aww. She laughs in her heart. Aladale made a stew, yes. But what the memories omitted is that they don't exactly taste great. Siege! Huh. Don't move. Oh man. Was Trotter on it all along too? Was it all the mercenaries? Yeah. You too? I don't want to hurt you, but I have a debt to pay. Our mission to help Aladale remove the sword from the Mausoleum of Kings. Finish this job, and I can retire. It was an offer I couldn't refuse. But we're not even in Siracusa. Who would make an offer like that? We just mourned the heroes who fell victim to betrayal together. I thought you would understand. But in the end, you're no different from them. I'm ashamed I thought about trusting you, even for a moment. Like I said, living is hard. I'm sorry. I want all of us to keep on living. I'll try to make sure we do just that. We've both been pushed out of death's way by our friends. Unfortunately, our paths happened to diverge this time. Aladale. Your Highness. Please hand over the size of kings, for your own safety. Is this the only way? I betrayed your trust. There's nothing I can say about that. You can admonish me, reproach me, try to defeat me. You have the right to do so. But I will leave with the sword. This is my destiny, Londinium. You said the size of kings to protect Londinium from the storm. I don't want to drag Londinium into the abyss either. Won't let her fall into Sarka's hands. Into the hands of Dukes, then. Whoever's behind you wants to use the size of kings to intimidate the other Dukes and subjugate them. I don't care about protecting Victoria. We may be meek, but we're in the middle of all this. Yeah, you know, I feel like at this point the Duke should realize it would be good to at least get rid of the Sarkas before we do more infighting, no? The people who have been hurt and abused. I know what she's after, but it doesn't concern me. I only care about what I can actually influence. What about the Self-Salvation Corps? You built it with Clovicia. You protected it with your honor. I have no honor. At least she's honest. You protected it with your life. What do I tell the corpse riders if you're really going to leave? Clovicia will handle it. I no longer have the strength to care about what they think of me. You claim you only care about what you can influence. Aren't you underestimating what you already have? What does one dare to have when you know it's only a matter of time before you lose it? Okay, that is a weak mindset. Everything is built to fall. Everything is gonna be God one day. What does one dare to reveal when what everyone trusts and respects is just an illusion? What can one hold on to? You realize this is the one and only end of your path. It isn't even the outcome of a choice. It simply ended up here. Fate has pushed me to this place before I even realized that. We could never have walked together. We met when we were little, didn't we? At Cumberland Manor. Thought you had forgotten? I almost had. Was with Gavin that day. Creature that was like the sun told us we would meet again someday, but he could not have guessed that it would end this way. You won't give me the sword, Vina? Then swing it. You must bear witness. Adele, remember my promise? Enough! Say no more! I carry nothing on my shoulders. I'll just be your prey in trust. Sorry. Forgot yet, Morgan. I'll just be a thug then. We bomb the Sarkas camp together. You light a fire, I'll kick the commander's ass once there's smoke. I'm joking. I know. My path is long determined, Vina. Why do you say that? You're still with us. The Glasgow gang has more stories to write. So, answer's yes. The sound breaks the stalemate. Was it an illusion? Sheets looks around. The massive statues remain still in the shadows. And after that, Sarkas come back to life. But we have a steam knight again. Nearby, right in front of her. The sound of steam gushing, increasingly rapid. Increasingly loud, increasingly clear, until it fills the entire space. What's that? Adele's heart skips a beat. She can feel it. Premonition of fate echoes again cruelly. You cannot just plant to play there. The end of the line, everyone makes their own choice. Adele's guard forms an AoE barrier for allies. Also it's just defending 2 lanes. Right. Maybe we can go with the setup. We cannot go with the setup, I did not read. Wait, I'm not allowed to have... Medic and specialist operators cannot be deployed. Okay. I guess we will make a cool squad quickly. So yeah, you are on the team, you are on the team. Whoop. I guess we still have at least some healing no matter what. That was nice. You... Yeah, healing should not be a problem at least. You're a lot okay, you're still good. You just said to not have Exo with you. Yeah, Project Red is also a specialist. You can take a nymph with us. I guess Gami could be some extra healing if need be. Or we could bring Radiant. That's like backup if everything else goes wrong. Oh yeah, this should be fine.
아이들도 몇 년이나 연습해서 간신히 스테이지에 서는 거라고.
Démonos prisa. Mi tiempo es oro.
I agree, Fawns, I agree. Maybe I do want to put you slightly more in front.
듣고 있어.
Murder here. I mean, that seems like just peak position for a tank. Honestly, it's probably peak position for Hoshigumo, and she can maybe solo whatever's coming that way. I guess do we put her here? That way we might have some extra security in our healer actually surviving.
실력발휘 해볼까?
뭘 해야 하는지 다음을 받아.
It's okay, for a second I was scared I bought the wrong scale, not gonna lie.
죽을 거라면 일동무를 삼아주겠어.
Guess maybe I do rather have you help more on this side. That's also cursed. Never mind me. There you go.
다음에는 휠체어에 비행 추진 장치를 달아볼까?
다들 이쪽으로 와.
내장 해제 확인.
But yeah, I guess I could see how all the corruption could be slightly cursed if you don't have a healer, but there's even so many defenders that can heal so much, right?
질격자 발도 배기. 아니 이거 칼이 아니었대.
We should probably just concentrate on getting more damage out.
迷っている暇はありませんわよ。
I should also have put Bones somewhere. Do we do this? Sure.
Con incapacitarlos basta, ¿verdad?
ドクターと私月はあなたをどこまでも追い詰める。
누군가 알아채기 전에 내 신체를 어디
실력발휘 해볼까?
내가 말하지.
Yeah, this is a lot more relaxed compared to last stage again. Turns out I have overpowered units. Okay, now we can just hug and wake up, right?
하지 않겠나, 박사. 이 순간 그대의 기쁨은 내 주문을 장식하기에 적합한 것 같거든.
Another of those. How does one become a hero with blood of fire, with a calling, with unwavering perseverance? We do get a kinda Glasgow gang, I guess. So, is this Twitter? And some enemies. I do get no one. Okay. In front of you, Siege? What's that? A suit of steam armor. The spurts of white steam stand out in front of the dark hue of the armor. I wonder who's it. I do know that in the event later on, the boss fight also did have a steam knight, but who right now does the steam armor to attack us? Spurt after spurt, like cleaving. The fog parts before him. He awakens from history. Nothing can stop him. Nothing can defeat him. Not abandonment, not betrayal, not even death. It's moving. Look, it's moving. Man alive, what is happening here? What's the nothing? Got the grenades. Right, convenient for me. The massive suit of armor rises from the rubble. Heavy footsteps. Heavy gushing. Walks towards the panicked crowd, one step at a time. That is kinda cool design. I do like the design of steam armors. I mean, I guess having like steampunk or anything is nothing that new or original thought, but don't we have seen that many armors like this? I mean, it's basically mechs. Mechs are cool. There's no point. You're from Sargon, Totter. You wouldn't understand. They were the stuff of our bedtime stories. It's the stories of the steam nights I tell when I put my kids to bed. How are we supposed to defeat him? How do we defeat our pride, our glory, our hero, who's already been betrayed once? We can't defeat him. This is a Victorian Steam Knight. Fall back! Fall back! What's that sound? Sounds like steam. How? Definitely steam. Get back! I know I backed the right one. This is where Wiener hit her Joker. Morgan, we've got the Steam Knights on our side. The Steam Knights left in Londinium? Here? They're guarding the Mausoleum of Kings? The size of kings? Who cares what they're doing? Wiener's their king. And come out up top with the Steam Knights, those Sakas will. Hey, Morgan, what's the look on your face for? Wiener's gonna get the size of kings. 4 years. The Steam Knights have stayed by the sword for 4 years in this sunless dungeon. Didn't show up when the Sarkas occupied the city. It didn't show up when the Sarkas took over the factories. It didn't show up when the Sarkas burned the noble houses. Hey, very strict rules. They're also not allowed to smile. Or blink. What do they think? Are they gonna side with intruders into the Mausoleum of Kings? Who's there? Take your weapon, Morgan. They're strong. They're all around us. This is getting interesting. Why are the hoodlums of Norport here? The Glasgow gang? Andalex and Twina? Show your face now. Enough rebels without the sound of gushing steam rising Londinium again. What would the Duke think if she knew there were survivors among the Steam Knights? Would she be uneasy? Or glad that the glorious heroes of old have returned? Glory. Let's take care of the hoodlums. Don't let them get in Aladale's way. Steam Knights. 4 years. There are survivors among the Steam Knights? The Smikes. He should have been lethal wounds. The Psycho's spikes destroyed the cores. There's no way the wearer would survive. Thus, no one could enter or leave the Mausoleum of Kings without the royal key. He spent 4 years in this dark dungeon. If he survived the initial carnage, how could he have survived in this place? He was eating the insects of the wall. What does this man in the armor look like now? Who are you? Oh, what are you? Flame sparks in the helmet of the armor. Ade can feel a cold gaze upon herself. Everyone here. The flame. The armor whirling in the flames. It was a dream from her childhood. A hope for salvation. The destruction that she witnessed with her own eyes. A nightmare too terrible to gaze upon. He's back before her. Adele cannot keep herself from trembling. Have you come to settle this? Yes, time to judge of all betrayers. Adele, look out! Steam Knight, Irons and Wiener Victoria, higher to the Aslan Kings. Hold your attack, Knight. We are not your enemies. Victoria. Did she hear a voice echo above her head? Was it a Steam Knight? She's unsure. Sounded more like the rumbling of a machine than a human voice. The spurts of white steam become more rapid and forceful. The Dark Knight raises his massive weapon towards her. Victoria. She suddenly understands. The Steam Knight is not calling her name. He's looking at her sword. Size of Kings, the symbol of the royal house of Victoria. Victoria. They called the sword Victoria. Victoria that he sought to defend until his last breath. First Victoria betrayed him, now he will defend the symbol of Victoria. The last night of the Empire shall take revenge on all those who transgress against her. Charges towards the heir to the throne. What 4 years in the darkness does to a motherfucker. Get out of the way, Siege! Why did the Steam Knight attack you? Can't he tell? Get down. Ah. Sword of fire. Don't let it hit you. Well, thanks for the advice. Just don't get hit, forehead. It's gone mad! We can't stop it! Get out of here! Get out! Get out! Right, there goes my man. It is very convenient for Siege in a sense. You'll be dead before long. Get your man out. Do as Wiener says. Mission aborted then. Looks like my time plan will have to wait. Doctor, take the mercs and get out. Your Highness? The last one who bowed to them. Take their story back. I didn't see the light of day. The story belongs to all of us, Siege. You should tell it together. I don't know what's come over you, Aladale. I used to respect you. Thought you were worthy of a knight's honor. No, you're a knight paragon in my mind. But have you heard about the dead? Always at the forefront, not caring for fame and fortune, not afraid of any foe. We were Cumberland the ever on high. Nothing can remain on high forever, Doctor. But we fought together, didn't we? The story is here too, Aladale. If you want to come back. I can't do that, can I? It depends on you. But first we deal with this knight. My master told me that a duel between knights must be fair and honorable. Yeah, that's why you're gonna be 1v1 it, right? Our foe is a glorious hero. Allow me to stand by your side, your highness. Of course. Fight him? Pathetic, the spectacle lying traitor. How can one like that challenge fate? It's a wonderful fable, isn't it? An innocent child wanted to become a hero, but she went bad when the hero returned from history She found his sword at her fort. The story should end with her death. She should lose everything, never to fulfill her destiny. I mean, it would be some morals for a bedtime story, but what if we also show the kids that, you know, evil can sometimes be actually redeemable? Rena, I don't want to hear you talk about destiny anymore, Aladale. Hold your head high, Aladale Cumberland. There's no such thing as destiny for me or for you. I need to calm him down. Then, you still want the sword. All you need to do is challenge me, and I abide. This is not your bloody destiny, Aladale. What you want to do, do it. But don't say that word anymore. You have your own free will, and you will die to this man. He's coming. I wonder if this ends with Aladale just sacrificing herself so that Siege can live against this armor.
죽을 때까지 싸우겠다.
Right, it's not like I can do much here. I guess I can press the buttons. Resist attack when attacking has a chance to stun.
명령인가?
I mean, sure.
빅토리아를 위하여!
Punch him.
안개가 꼈군. 옷단도 보인다.
I just pretend I'm in control. Fate is not real. That is just extra healing. I love that. I guess, yeah, we don't have, like, canonically any real healer with us right now, which is funny in a sense. Get down, pull back, watch for the attacks. Watch out! I won't let them harm you. He's doing her shield. Yippee.
명령인가? 범위 없어도 너희
Do I want to wait with this? I probably not. It's not like there's anything I can interrupt.
각오는 해두라고.
안개가 껴 부질없는 행동이다.
It would be nice to kill this before, yeah. I have time to heal. What's this? Steam Knights? Is this my fate? Heavy gushing. No, this is the boss, isn't it? There's no such thing as fate, Aladale. He's coming. Lift your head up, Aladale. We'll stop him here. Rena. How could a traitor like me challenge fate? Easy, you just press the buttons.
전장에 나선 이상 죽을 각오는 해두라고.
Okay, that's spooky. Oh! Okay, I assume this is a boss loss here. Look out for his attacks. Maybe I was stupid. Okay, I was just too slow.
오늘은 운 좋네.
It's time for the whole sequence again, baby. Next time we just press the heal button.
명령에 따르겠다.
Okay, I get it. We're having an emotional moment anyways.
언제든지 빅토리아를 위하여.
Press the buttons. I mean, it's still cool that they did put effort to do also some storytelling to the gameplay in the stages. I do appreciate it. It's my, you know, visual novel is more than enough to present the story. I guess actually, you know, seeing her like still shielding and stuff like that is more impressive than in the visual novel segment. Yeah, they don't really have that many resources. The best they can do is like swish a PNG around the screen. Which, you know, it is enough to tell a story for sure.
꺼져. 명령인가? 범위 없어도
I mean, to be fair, they also already put like whole animations into the game. I wonder if we will get anything fancy during this arc then. I probably should have pressed this button earlier. I just want to be greedy. I'm a greedy loot goblin, but now I feel like I've wasted it, which is maybe worse. Maybe get it.
언제든지 전사들의 의지는 내 무기는 아무나 다룰 수 있는 게 아니야.
Deal the hell out of her, please. But still, look out for his attacks. You. Am I just? Okay. Okay, Aladale. Thank you. Wait, was I? I guess I was not supposed to lose, huh? I thought I was stupid and too late. Okay. The sound of steam. Heavy gushing. Stand up. It's waiting time. Not bad. A steam knight at your age? You're our pride and the pride of Victoria. Untangible syllables. Is someone calling his name? But he cannot remember his own name anymore. Evans, Jones, Wilson, Lynch. All of them, and all of them. They are just the Steam Knight hive mind. We are the Steam Knights. We vote to defend Victoria until our last breath. But why? Why were his fellows sitting in the shadows behind the Outlander swords? His comrades fell one by one. In the end, he was the only one left. He was the last Steam Knight. He cannot fall here. The Steam Knights must not fall. Victoria needs him. He must fulfill his duty. He kinda did. No medicine, no matter. The armor will repair his flesh and blood. Jesus, wait, they can do that? No food, no matter. There are always critters crawling in the darkness. He did eat the bugs at the walls of the cave. Let's go. No light, no matter. The sword gives him all the light he needs. He's not dead. The Steam Knights are not dead. Continue to defend Victoria. But what is Victoria? I saw an oath before the king, before the people, before the world. I stood vigil night after night. But where lies the light of Victoria that I have sworn fealty to? Is Victoria its king? It's its people. They hanged the king. Is Victoria Parliament and the nobles? No maintenance, no supplies, no new members. They send the Steam Knights into mortal danger time after time in order to feed their greed. Is Victoria the people? People praise the Steam Knights, honor the Steam Knights, glorify the Steam Knights. To place all the hopes, all the dreams up in the Steam Knights. Nothing can carry hopes that are so contradictory, so complex. What is Victoria? Does Victoria only exist in imagination? I mean, I guess in a sense, countries are a bit more abstract concepts, yeah? There's still the sword, the size of kings. Is it a symbol of Victoria, beyond all doubt? Then it will be his Victoria. Now, someone wants to defy his Victoria. This is unacceptable. This cannot continue. He cannot lose his last laugh. Not his beautiful sword. Not his precious. Heavy gushing. Victoria. Do you hear, Knight? I cannot command you. I ask you to allow us to take the sword. Not because of who I am. Londinium needs it. No, not Londinium. The children shivering in orphanages need it. The farmers who lost turf and home to war need it. The workers pouring sweat and blood into the machines need it. The citizens who drink away their helplessness need it. The soldiers who step forward to protect their homes need it. What's Island trying to avert disaster needs it. Yippee! It's not the storm that will dispel, it is the fear. This is how it must be used. It's not your Victoria, Knight. Allow me to pass. Not Victoria? Then where is Victoria? The Steam Knight is filled with confusion and anger. Where is Victoria? What is the Victoria that he served? He's getting faster. We can stop him. Aladale. Your Highness Alexandrina. Do you remember the day we met? We should have spoken more. He appeared at the ducal manor with that sword. You should have brought a cool lion with you, not gonna lie. It was a beautiful afternoon. There was music in the garden. Flowers bloomed brightly. People danced and talked about tomorrow. Everything was filled with hope. I boasted that I would become a Steam Knight. The light shone up in the sword and up in you. You said what happened that afternoon was a miracle. She was running. The freshly trimmed grass made her feet itch. Hey, Masdi! How are you doing? How was your stream? We had to... Okay, it's not like we took down our last Steam Knight, but I finally got my wish of seeing a Steam Knight. Jim the gardener laughed by the bushes. Aichi went after her, calling for her to slow down. Short of... Musty, please! You streamed for Jack's clock 7 hours and like 40 minutes. Please, that is basically a full work shift. Like... Man... I mean, do what brings you happiness, but don't pretend that was a short one. Aichi went after her, calling for her to slow down. But she was eager to run towards the freshly blooming flowers. They were golden, shining under the sun, like the emblem of House Cumberland. Her father picked her up, sat her on his shoulder. She lifted her tiny palm, let her touch the lines on the steam armor. Just know a lot about short things. I see. Well, it depends on how you use it. That's the important part. The broken armor stands up. Her father's gone. She has grown up, and she no longer stands before the armor. She feels the heavy weight of the armor on her shoulder. Through her visor, she sees a golden line at the end of the path. Will we ever see those lines again? What happened to them? Did they get poached for the fur? Aladale Cumberland. You will meet Rena again someday. And then you will backstab her. Ram the dagger into her wide shoulder plate. Do it quickly. It's been hard for me to believe in miracles after all these years. Aichi told me that I don't know who I will be. I'm afraid there won't be will be. How old was I? I don't remember. I promised Aichi that I'd become a Steam Knight and protect everyone. At least I have the chance to face a Steam Knight now. You can die with a speck of honor. I hear you, Mina. There's no such thing as fate or destiny. Yeah, that destiny kinda went downhill. I feel like it is only a matter of time till the server shut down. I'm sorry, Destiny fans. Not for House Cumberland, not for the Dukes. To hell with Destiny. I'm tired. Tired of playing a noble, playing a leader, playing a friend. Man, maybe you should just be yourself. You're the leader of the Self-Salvation Corps because they trust you. You're my friend because I say you are. That's enough, Wiener. Let's put an end to the fable. Tell Morgan to cast me in a better light in her memoir, Doctor. Use more refined words, at least. But what about Heck? What's going on? The wind. A gust of wind blows them outside. One solemn face falls after another as the statues of the kings collapse one by one. The bubble separates them from the Steam Knight and someone else. I was right, she is sacrificing herself to keep Siege alive. Well, she regains some of my respect at least. She immediately reacts. Aladale! Forgive me. Her lips move slightly. Each knows Aladale's called to her. Was it Wiener or Your Highness? Jeets does not know. She may never know. The sound is drowned by the rubble. The door shut. Alright, come now, my nightmare, my hope. I mean, it is a fitting end. In a sense, she did become finally the Steam Knight and will die by the hand of one. One scene floats to the surface of the Steam Knight's tumultuous memories. A girl sheds tears for him before he stands up. Son of a... There's nowhere to run. Last smoke we need. We still have a chance. You've done enough, mercenary. Surrender, we might let you live. No way. How many more years would I have to work? You know, if I had to choose between having to work another 5 years or finally just ending myself, I do get it, Hodder. I do get it. My head kind of comes in there. That is the spirit exactly. That is where they just give themselves a hug, and afterwards they will also get out of there. Enough. End this. Are you the ones manipulating Oladale? No, that's not you. The cowardly dukes wouldn't dare show their faces here. Oladale has failed. Alexandrina is the size of kings. What a boring conclusion. You know what? You will do. You will pay for all that you've done. I love to think that we're just standing there and like, yeah, I would not have expected to get hit at this point. It is the Act 4 finale of this chapter. You're getting it right. They're clearly not gonna draw some parallels. Stop, traitor! Nothing can stop me. You must pay for your crimes. You will die with me! The death of the flesh does not daunt me. Countless eyes will bear witness. Brave children, you will carry the torch. You will remember my virtues and take this hard-earned peace into tomorrow. Exactly. We can choose the good side. Clap, clap, clap. The end. It was wonderful, Lady Golding. Great success. The product of a year of everyone's hard work. What perils are you talking about? You're right. They just added this play for no reason. I wish we were in more peaceful times. That way, Heidi could have been here to see it. It's time like these that we need to play like this. Look how happy the kids are. Hi, Leo. Don't run with the props. Get back here! Get back here! Run, I come for you! Great Victoria will come for you! And then she will slash you with her sword. Be over the valleys and over the rivers. Wumble ye wumble. Rush them. Squeeze the blood from them. Die! You'll all die! I'll catch you and kill you. Squeeze it out! Surrender, suckers! Surrender! Or not, because I'll catch you. Stop! Running, Lady Golding's handmade steam armor. Aw. Hey. Don't be angry, Lady Golding. It's us playing a game. A game? Yes, the play has ended. Squeeze the blood from them? Yeah, that was the lesson that we were teaching our children, right? They're ready to get shipped into war now. It's a circus. She sees before her eyes the rat that filled the bookstore. He does not even have the strength to vomit. It's normal. In a war, after all. The circus have been arresting people left and right, often in violent ways. The children see them and emulate their behavior. Do you know, Molly? Only remnants of Gaul harbor fear of the Steam Knights. Those who were part of the war will never forget the sound of steam gushing outside their window that night. But they had hoped that the Steam Knights would be more than just a weapon of death to the children. They had hoped there would be beautiful hope in their hearts when they played the Steam Knight. I thought this was a war I could win. Sorry, war never changes. Golding's gaze follows the children. The foam-made steam armor falls to the ground. She tries to pick it up, but pulls back sharply, as though she's been burned. I thought I was teaching the children. Now I realize that they were the ones teaching me a lesson. This here is the ending, the true ending. We're just gonna be stuck in a cycle of violence. For the wheels of time, what we do may be utterly meaningless. The lessons of the books are distant, blurred, but no one can avoid being shaped by the times. They belong to blood, violence, and war. Our children will belong to blood, violence, and war. This is unavoidable. What should I? How could I dream of fighting it? Man. Let's go, it's boss fight. Why is it like a boss fight? Why is a boss fight optional? That's interesting. But hell yeah. We got the murder plague. And another Doctor token. And one lore I will surely beat. Wait, why is it? Oh, I guess because 1119 is just a normal stage. I did not fuck up and did not do the challenge version. Yeah, I guess there cannot be a challenge version of this. But we still have Allerdale's Guard. Interesting. I see. And okay, we gonna see a bunch of different enemies. Right now we can just do the normal squad. It is a bit annoying. I guess we can mainly tank here, but we still need to tank also somewhere there later on.
박사, 여기 경치 좋다. 그치?
We probably put... I guess we do put you... What if we put you up front for now?
인기는
I love getting DP actually.
와, 실력 발휘해볼까?
That was maybe too
뭘 해야
close.
하는지 잘 알고 있어.
That's what I'm realizing. My creed wound me. I wonder, would we survive this or would we get instantly nuked to hell? There's only one way to find out. Okay, we will get nuked to hell before we... Actually, since how the things work... They do have some reload time. I guess we have to restart anyways. But what if we basically put down a project vet and then put down Exu?
이 나이프 아직 예리함이 부족했다.
Got some food? Hell yeah. What are you having? I had some meatballs today. Was kinda nice. And tomorrow I will do the thing where I just grab a meatball and put it on a hamburger bun and then pretend I have a hamburger. That way I don't need to cook tomorrow. Hell yeah, baby.
누굴까나?
얘들아, 도와주러 왔어.
I guess we will put you back further though.
뭘 해야 하는지 누군가 알아채기 전에
사과야, 오늘도 잘 부탁해.
I mean, it does sound nice though. Yeah, I have also plenty of DP at this point. So I put you down first.
그림자로부터. 말하기
Do
좀
hope.
그런데
Actually,
내가 일으킨 트러블은
that's
나밖에
still fucked with AoE actually, okay. How do I take care of that?
와, 하마터면
I guess we are ignoring this man. Yeah, so much. So basically the players put Hoshiguma down, then put Exo down, actually.
8.
I guess if you want to be spicy, we could also put Haruka down. I'm not sure we want to tank there long term though.
그런데도 당신은 실패의 대가를 치를 생각.
Maybe it's also stupid, but I feel like it's a good idea to get rid of. I mean, I've not seen the stage like a minute in, but I feel like it's a good idea to just get rid of those things early.
더 주저할 필요가 있겠습니까?
얘들아, 도와주러 왔어.
I'm also gonna have thrones, which is a bit spooky.
다들 이쪽으로 와.
뭘 해야 하는지 잘 밑에 봐봐.
Well, I guess we can do something like this. That would work. That does feel like a decent position for you.
눈 뜨고 있으려는
We hope that you survive one hit. Which I realize we will not hit all of them from here. That's a future me problem though.
邊度嘅戰場最兇險？我嚟頂上去。
That is... Maybe I was too slow triggering this, but Jesus Christ. Actually, we don't need Exu. Maybe I did approach this wrong.
지금부터 싸우는 이벤트는 여러 번 나가봤지만 이런 카오스는 본 적도 없다고.
Oh, that's... Now having a project that would be peak though. Do we banish you to here for now? I definitely did need... Okay. We will need Exu in the future, probably. Are you not in here? Oh yeah, it's, I guess it's the staff rooms. I guess we could do this so we can shoot this, but that does not look like a great position for Lemon long term. Put you further back, I would say. Oh, you're coming towards me anyways. You dare to approach me?
No te muevas. Así nos ahorraremos el esfuerzo.
작은 변화 하나까지도 놓치지 않겠습니다. 이제부터는 놈들이
Should get my DP.
다들 이쪽으로 와.
말해. 무장하지.
Last Steam Knight.
여러 번
I mean,
나가면
I've beaten him in the event. It was pain, but
누군가 알아채기 전에
I'll probably do it
내
again.
시체를 어둠 속에
Maybe it is better to position you down there if he's coming from there. I guess I also do have to defend. Naturally, you have to walk up now. I fucking hate video games.
리더 제일 박살 로큰롤. 다들 이쪽으로 와.
Okay. What's us sacrifice her, please? And then we wait. And then we realize if he's coming straight ahead, he will kinda perish. I guess he will probably still do the thing where he jumps in the second phase, right?
실력 발휘해볼까?
要嚟真啊！開啟墓碑嘅界面，諗好啦嘛。
Yeah, I feel like we can just basically out-tank this easily.
충전자 하이볼티지 버라이트. 실력 발휘해볼까?
Oh, we can out-tank this easily.
초기화를 준비를 완료하였습니다.
I mean, at this point, we can probably also clobber you down.
리더 제일 먼저 불러줄.
벨레식에 들린 볼을 어루만지는
We don't need to do mechanics where we are going. We are overpowered, baby. Not sure who I actually would want there.
확인.
冷靜啲，有我喺度，我要揾嘅唔係你，食開。
Right, one day I will maybe do those stations with a handicap. Could be neat.
Con incapacitarlos basta, ¿verdad?
예나 지금이나 당신은 항상 승리를 쟁취하는구나.
I feel like I want to spend more time in actually freestyling like 17 instead of doing this. What was actually the challenge version of this? Having enemies for different places. I see. Alright. Time for the epilogue, baby. For once, we will actually finish the chapter when I say we'll finish it in a stream the first time. But yes, it feels like an interesting choice to have the boss fight of this chapter be optional. I guess, you know, now we saved Aladale, right? She survived now. We did kill the Steam Knight. But I guess they already have the health stages for hard optional fights, but maybe they also went like having one more of those can turn. Vina! Did I fall asleep? You're lucky to be out for just a little bit after your injuries. Seed, Self-Salvation Corps reinforcements have arrived. This place is relatively safe. Rest well. We'll be at your side. He does have her honorable knights, at least. He scans the faces of her friends. Everyone is bruised and battered, just as she is. But they are alive. There's still hope in their eyes. Except Aladale. The door to the Mausoleum of Kings has closed once again. The Sarkas have noticed the sound of the Steam Knight. They must have guessed that the size of Kings has left its home. They're sending men to the palace. Our scouts have tried to get close to the entrance, but there's been no sign of Aladale. Hey, she chose this. We should remember actually her sacrifice. We want to talk about what happened below. Just as the warriors imagined, Aladale Cumberland sacrificed herself to save us. Sounds like something Aladale would do. Cumberland, the ever on high. Cumberland. There's no such thing as Cumberland, the ever on high, Clovis. Aladale protected what she wanted to protect with her life. Not out of any duty, simply of her own accord. To be fair, she also knew she was not getting out there alive anyways. Her own accord? Yes, she was brave. Shame. I was surprised for Aladale when she came back. I actually did collect money so she can repay her debts. This is... Ducal Manor is in wounds, but the scouts found this among the ashes. We got our own Steam Knight, let's go! The Steam Armor Force Cumberland. It wasn't lost in the fire. If only she could see this. Then she would have known there's no such thing as a fixed path. The fire had not taken away all the hopes that she placed on the armor. Clovis, we saw a Steam Knight in the Mausoleum of Kings. Maybe the last one. We can make more of those, right? 4 years ago, the Duke's men lured the Steam Knights into the Mausoleum of Kings, where they were ambushed by the Sarkas. That passage is the tomb of the Steam Knights. What a gruesome scene it must have been, even though I was not there to see it. He attacked you, didn't he? He attacked the heir to the throne of Victoria. I mean, okay, I feel like... Can you blame the man? Like... He was crazy. I was crazy once. But even, like, he did get, like, super betrayed by his country in, like, so many forms. So, no, even if, like, just somebody comes up and goes, like, hey, I'm the king of this land, give me the sword. You know, I'm not sure how I would react either, to be honest. He was just doing his job. He's defending the size of kings. It was merely an excuse to lure the Steam Knights into the mausoleum. He witnessed combat after combat fall, spent so many years in darkness. The pain must have gnawed away at his sanity. No. It was like these are too simple to describe what went through the mind of this warrior. On one side, tombs of the kings, on the other, the bodies of his fellows. He defended a silent resting place for countless days and nights. He was no madman or ghost. His will was so strong that it conquered death. By his own will, he exacted revenge on Victoria that betrayed him. By his own will, he defended the symbol of Victoria. I don't know if we'll ever see him again. If we can escape the darkness, it would be awkward if we would have to fight another Steam Knight in the future, right guys? Man, it's a bit sad, like, I guess it is still kinda decent, you know, especially since I would lose out on so many matches to do the reruns of events, but yeah, I guess I will keep referencing this one event that was probably very story relevant, but we'll get to it. We'll get to it. May he once again find what he wants to defend. We found the mercenaries who went to Highbury General. Bring them forward. Yes, sir. We will get to it. Actually, I guess I did not look up. Is it like after chapter 14 when the whole arc wrapped up and then it's wrapped up for her story, or is it earlier? Maybe I should just, maybe sometimes living in ignorance is bliss. But I mean, like, once I'm done with this chapter, I have to go back to do still the one event I really skipped that we should do for the main story. I also need to do more Miro dungeon so I can meet more with Shiryu. I only read like half of it this so far, but hey, we get the full Miro dungeon achievements this Thursday. So yippee, time to run more Miro dungeon and read Arknight's story. And then I think after this chapter there's also like one event again, side story that is like very main story important we should do, and then we can go to chapter 12. I guess it's still not too bad. I just do want to keep the pace of basically being caught up in the story in half a year. How hard could this be? Me, what? Sorry, did I trigger some PTSD? let me go. A mere girl. She was found tied up on the streets with her fellow mercenaries. Starting chapter 12 tomorrow. Let's go. To be fair, you are streaming like Arknights 8 hours a day. What? Yippee! So we can talk about while warhammering. Let's go. I do look forward to what you change it. Okay, wait. This is who watches my stream for Arknights? Okay, maybe probably everyone. Wait, what? That's on April. That's an April's Fool, right? Okay, yeah. It's. I open Twitter. First thing I see is a Miro Dungeon Speedrun Championship. Wait, okay, now is this an April Fool's or not? This is true. I will discern this later. I will look at Mastisa on Twitter first. But let's do the other stuff later. Did you know I had the world record for Mirror of the Lake? You did tell me about it, how it was like fast and just track a straight line. Arknights was 6 per hour every day. Fair. But hey, you also gotta make a video game this week, right? Kinda. Man. I feel like I have like no job on making that video game, since it's really sort of like always want to do all the solo programming. When I was offering like I could do some programming, I did study programming. Dawn is like a great artist that does not need me, and I feel like you, Mastisa, can also make a baller soundtrack. So I'm just there. I'm just there. Okay, but back to Arknights. I checked her weapons. There are few signs of use. She hardly even qualifies as a merc. Is that so? I'm also sus. Let's go. We can just be there and talk about Arknights. Speak, mercenary. I think it's more than 1 bit, I mean, we can, in theory, also just make 1-bit music. I mean, we can. I mean, I do basically know a little bit of, since I played around with making like 8-bit and chiptune music, but maybe we can figure out 1-bit music. Did you not kill a single Victorian? Hey, she's not getting paid by her kill count, right? Are you afraid of me? No. I failed my mission. You can punish me, but I let others go. Take her back. What? General. Said she hardly qualifies as a mercenary. I do like her. I mean, she is set up from the start as like very sympathetic character, right? Like, you know, really not there for actually killing people, and, you know, being too pure. Can you say pure? But yeah, not being able to just take a life. She would make for good goulash. That is true. You are so right. Don't eat my daughter. Young Sarkas like I don't understand what we fight for, nor the true face of our enemy, because no one ever taught her. The real war is about to begin. I will show her what this war means to the Sarkas. She will watch it unfold by my side. This girl is not traumatized enough yet. We need to give her a funny, sad backstory right here, right now. Okay, Mastisa, you will never meet any of my daughters. You might be a bit too focused on making goulash. Christ. Wok. Squad 11 of the Self-Salvation Corps. Back together again, eh? There's only the 2 of us left from Squad 11. Right. I'm sure we'll go again. We have the doctor and the commander, after all. How is the corpse faring, Clovicia? Retreat was initiated on time, but we suffered heavy casualties. And we are facing a supply shortage after Aladale went missing. If only we had more hands. Okay, you know, what would have been cinema is, instead of Mercenary appearing, it would have just been Radiant with all of her arms appearing out of nowhere and going like, I got you, baby. We've got a few here. Potter? Employer's gone missing, so my contract is now null and void. You sure you want to stay? We're already here. How to get out when you're on the wrong side of the Sarkas enemy. And we fought alongside Dr. Scoop in the mausoleum. Yeah, we did fight together. I may not have made it out alive if not for them. Another debt. I guess I need to push my retirement back. Doctor, we're here. And time is useless. Sorry, I wish we moved quicker and helped you at the command tower. Let's go, Horn is back. I do love when Horn is on the screen. She did not have that much screen time this chapter, but maybe next chapter. To be fair, this chapter basically did not have any Dublin at all in it, so, and I guess in a sense she's more connected to the Dublin storyline. I wonder how they gotta think that more together, because, I mean, there's some connection, but in a sense, those storylines, at least for this whole chapter, were kind of very decoupled. And you are... One, leader of the 2nd Squad of the Tempest Platoon of Victoria. Chapter 10 had also very little of Dublin. Yeah, I did not. I guess you still had a little bit of Mentwig, but yeah. Oh, do I remember right what was in chapter? Yeah, that was in chapter 10. Chapter 10 was where we did figure out the people from the factory. I'm not going insane, right? But yes, it was overall a bit light on Dublin, and it would be interesting to see more of them. Ooh. Mystery helped us break into a prison at the border of Auchterich and Hiberia a few hours ago. We rescued a defense force patrol that was about to be executed for refusing to fight for the Sarkas. We'll be operating for its island and the Self-Salvation Corps from this point on. Looks like we have some new friends, Clovicia. Thank you, everyone. It's a pleasant surprise. One has opened up many possibilities. Also, we took heavy losses. We did manage to obtain important information about the Sarkas supply lines. We are doing surprisingly well, all things considered. I would say we had some minor setbacks with like Aladale having to end here and everything. But Maybe chapter 12 is where it's the darkest hour in this whole conflict. Commander, Doctor, here's the intel on potential depots in Highbury. Add to that the data that Closure obtained from the command tower. Maybe at some point we also address how Calcid is doing. Maybe she is just bleeding out on the streets. A hint to our next step lies within this intel. Understood. We make preparations for the battles ahead. You could have named your sword anything. Anything in the world. Anything that me, a poor German, could pronounce. But no, you go with... Actually, if I... No, I've butchered the name so often. Can I actually find this and does it have like a pronunciation? I still have no idea if it... how to say this actually. If I Google it, then I first just get like Arknight's hit, so I don't think it is anything that exists in real life. It is based on Excalibur in a foreign legend. I did make this connection, I'm so smart. I'm also so sad that the Monty Python reference actually did not fit into the title. But if you're wondering why this is like a butchered Monty Python reference in my title, here you go. But anyways, the King Guff, the size of King. I know you're there, Gavin. Show yourself. There's no one around her. Duty. You've been with me all this time. What is the duty that you've chosen for me? To put a king on the throne of Victoria again? Silence. Dale, you aspire to be a steam knight, yet we can't always know what we're heading towards. If one day I strayed from the destiny that you chose for me, would you become my nightmare? The only sound in the underground space is a quiet sigh. You get it because of the sword? Hello there, Shadow. It's kind of Woot and Woot.
Limbus Company!
Hey, Dals. This is almost Limbus Company. Or Calcid's injuries. Serious. But Shining is here. She'll recover. We do love Limbus Company. Actually, did this... I feel like I'm asking this too often for my sound alerts, but that did work on stream, right? Since I think I did fuck up my audio setup so much. I feel like the payoff was not even worth it with all the goddamn stuff I have to work in. But yes. If the Banshee Lord and I arrived in time. That is not your fault. I did not hear it. Okay, I did. Wait, that's not good then. Wait. April Fool's event is... Okay. If I finish this... I should have time to, after I finish this chapter, to go to Limbus Company. And do the event quickly. Well, the event, it's probably not that long considering the other ones, but it would be nice to do it actually on stream. That is good intel. Thank you. It is not your fault though. Amia. She's recovering. You can see it. She won't let herself sleep for too long. I didn't see what she saw, but she can tell me of her trauma. Always cared a lot about Amia. All the versions of you. She's my daughter, how could I not? I never had a chance to ask. Do you trust me, Ascalon? My dagger will answer that question. Slits throat. unnecessary. I want to know the truth of what happened 4 years ago. Have you considered playing the Babel event TM just in here? We will get to it too in like 5 months. I've asked Kha'Zit, but I don't know what's true and what's not. You're always quiet. Can you tell me what you saw? 4 years ago, you sent me on a mission away from the land ship. Her Majesty had left us by the time I returned. What about Amir? Amir was in a coma after inheriting the King of Sarkar's powers. What about Kha'Zit? She was fuming furiously. She wanted to save Woods Island, save Amir, and save you. She was still concerned about me back then at least. Yippee! Save me? It was Their Majesty's final order. Doctor Lyra! Amir. I won't leave you. Amir grabs your clothing subconsciously, then slowly loosens her grip. Tears flow from her eyes. Avisa, you showed me the voices of the Sarkar souls. You wanted to take revenge on everyone who has wronged the Sarkars. The cycle of violence, baby! Wanted to take revenge on Dr. Kha'Zit. Kha'Zit? I mean, we did see her attack Castle with some nice demons. I believe that everything I felt was real, Doctor. Remember how Dr. Kha'Zit, Avisa, spent many nights talking at Woods Island? I remember how Dr. Kha'Zit went a whole week without sleeping to save a group of Sarkars infected. But it's true that she wronged the Sarkars 200 years ago. Dr. Kha'Zit must have told Avisa why she did it at the time. And Avisa must have accepted it, which was why they became such good friends. Even I, who knows Dr. Kha'Zit so well, I felt anger and sorrow when I felt the memories of the war. Maybe that's what Avisa wanted to tell me. Avisa wanted to tell me why she sided with the souls of the Sarkars. Yeah, there, above Londinium. That's not ominous. The sound of thunder approaches. They did activate their storm cloud. It is outside the window, above your heads, never far away. War is coming. Hold Amir's hand. The two of you look up at the sky together. Man, I feel like they always set up their chapters at this point with like nice cliffhangers and everything. I will be so sad when I actually reach like the end of the main story. I mean, I still have so much side story to go through to not be sad afterwards. But still, the whales are also gonna kill me. Even the nearby cities feel the vibration, not just Londinium. A massive object, the likes of which has never been seen before, rises up from the dark clouds. Behind it, the thick clouds atop the shard finally crack open. Those who have raised their heads to look up finally realize it was no ordinary cloud that surrounded Londinium. It was the catastrophe cloud, far more massive than what any catastrophe messenger has ever recorded. Sparks fly out of the overcharged black clouds, rumbling like thunder. The strange flying machine is like the eye of the storm. I mean, I do love my flying. I guess it's just airship. Beneath its gaze, there's nowhere for the enemies of the Sarkars to run. But what if we will bomb it down? We just need to cast Fireball. Episode 11 end. That's how they trick you. They say it's the end, but the end is never the end is never the end. Exactly! See, they lied to me already. 228 Overcast as always in the great British Empire. Trader's Mill City, Victoria. Chen! Oh yeah, I guess we also did not see any Chen after, knowing that she went here, really. What you're daydreaming about? Eos is waiting for us. Sounds like he got a really solid lead. The one who just left Hugh's house. Look at this crowd. We are talking about green-haired feline. The one that becomes the playable operator. She will not be relevant. I think I've seen her before. Right? You've got a better memory for faces than I do. Maybe she was there to talk business with Hughes. Did you see her at the station a few days ago? No. It's a memory from many years ago. I will say though, most of the time I dig the new outfits characters get in the story. I don't know. This Jen outfit, it's not vibing with me. I don't know. I guess makes it a bit stuffy and tight and everything with this. But it's fine. We'll get a cool Jen anyways, and is it still... How long will it be off for global? It will be a good while though. Sometime this year, TM. Not a criminal you caught in Langman, is she? If that was it, I wouldn't have forgotten. Never mind, we can just ask Hughes. I love this outfit. Fair. Bagpipe? I've seen Dada in the Intel too. We almost had a touching reunion. Did you see the channel? I did not see the skin, I think. I don't think I saw the skin actually. I will look it up afterwards. Victoria South office. Let's go, it's Sweet! I do like Sweet. Hello. I've seen you in the sick bay at HQ, haven't I? There's something I would like to ask of you. Please give this letter to Dr. Calcete and Dr. Lyra. Jen Alter E2 looks very unclothed. Fair. I mean, that's how you make money, I guess. Okay, you know what? This is where I look it up. Can I very easily... What if I just Google Jen Alter? I love that there's a Facebook page for Jen Alter, I guess. Can I... Oh, you would hear this since this is on the media. Okay, let's mute this. Can I please just look at Jen, maybe? I did see, like, a normal skin from, like, just promotion material, but I also did not look too much into... Maybe I'm blind. I'm skipping to this recap video of some streamer. It's just... Where is my hot Jen? But I do look forward to getting Wang. Who doesn't love some Wang in their life? I mean, I'm so in to just put 300 pulls on that banner. I mean, I'm also gonna put 300 pulls onto this next limited banner. I also gave up again, okay? I gave up again. Are you planning to leave the office? You should submit an application, like data allocating operators. Just so that HR is on top of things, you know? I know. No, there's something I have to do. Only bring danger to the rest of you if I stay here. You want to protect Woods Island? Woods Island is a quiet place. I like it here. I'm thankful to you. Especially the Sancta who left us. You've given me the peace that I always sought. And now I repay this peace. I'm ready. Yippee! Sakas airship has taken off within Londinium. The heir to the Duchy of Cumberland is missing. Duke of Castle did not obtain the size of kings. A dozen messengers have visited your Demesne in a single day. We want to know whether you are ready to grant them an audience. The Duke of Wellington. It wasn't actually the man we did kill in the side story then later on. It was for sure an old white man we killed on the phone. What do you think, Your Highness, Princess Aplana? Duke Wellington? Right before my eyes. I see a new tavern era. So I see that Dublin is basically just set up of dukes and royalty. Well, we did it. That is... I guess I still have an hour to kill even if I switch to Limbus to do the event though. I guess we could do a bit more walk in the dust. What else could I do? Do my missions, do my dailies while I think about it. I feel like doing IS is not worth it right now. I do want to... I'm not actually sure since there's also the co-op event, but I do want to also stream more IS soon since it's, you know, it's a new month. And getting the rewards is cool. I need to kinda catch up on that anyway. I'm not gonna finish it, but yeah, I guess I should just do walk in the dust a little bit. We did kinda just leave in the middle of it. Since I was like, you know, side stories don't give me any cool event currency. And I did not know how much event currency I would actually end up with. But I have emptied the shop. So I'm fine enough. Okay, let's do that. Oh, wait. Okay, actually that makes sense since this V1 was later than Babel. I don't know why. I feel like in my head Babel is just so late in the storyline, but we're gonna get to Babel before we do the ending of Overture. That's gonna be I'm looking so forward to Babel since, you know, I went through the stages. I did see something. I still missed the contexts, but hell yeah, I can't wait to see my cool war crime stories. Anyways, we did already see the story at the beginning of the stage last time when I stopped. Now we just... I did not do ending 3 or 4 yet, no. To be fair, I also still need to kinda climb overall. I think the hardest difficulty I did win one was either 4 or 5. I really want to get to it.
미끼는 정했어? 뭘 해야 하는지 본표는 숨겼어.
I mean, to be fair, especially once the next limited banner is over, I should also be even more souped up with good characters. But I feel like, compared to when the IS started and now, I feel like my account is doing so much better these days. It is insane how much more power I've gained in the time. But to be fair, that IS has also been there for a while. It's been like 4 months, right? Did it release in December? I think it released like in December. What the fuck is this gameplay? Don't worry, the stage will be over in a second. Probably. I swear. And also put this man down. Oh yeah, this had the whole throne gimmick. I kinda forgot, to be honest.
뭘 해야 하는 절망의 냄새까지 감출 수 없지.
Where my friends also comment on my shit gameplay whenever I stream the game. Let's go. I mean, I feel like, especially if you join later on, not a day one player, getting into the game is smart. And especially since I feel like if you have been day one, you would have learned the operators more naturally and slower. But with how many operators exist, it's a lot to take in. She's playing well. No, I'm playing garbage. You did not see me play like 11-17 and like needing 3 attempts to actually get a 3-star. So, you know, I have been playing garbage. 17 years ago. 137. We are out of Victoria. The sun still exists. Hell yeah, baby! Central Ursus. Pine Valley retweet. Dining Hall. Made Calcite, let's go! Man, if only I had money and could have afforded that skin. Sir, your coffee. Oh, are you new? I am, sir. I'll ask around about how I take my coffee. Bring it to me again once I let it cool. Okay, Basti. In your defense, I also don't think you're better at the gameplay. Since you... I mean, you... Was it for this? Yeah, no, it was afterwards. You were doing this with your gimped, like, Penguin Logistics team. So... You know, taking multiple attempts is not surprising then. I did trivialize it. You know what? Yeah, it's the best person if I'm like, he does seem like a veteran, but I'm not sure. Condemned feline. A feline. He's also racist. Let's go. 17? Okay, fair. Alright. I thought that if you meant we got stuck on the bosses, like the last stage, or... I guess it does have boss in it. Fair. You damn feline. You're a disgusting wretch. I didn't go to war to have a feline take care of me. Get out of my sight. My utmost apologies, sir. This is my oversight. Please don't tell the head caretaker. I'll prepare it again for you right away. If you don't want to lose your job, you have 3 minutes to do it over, properly. Also, is something wrong with your eyes? You don't know how to smile. I'll tear that face of yours off. The smiling Calcite? You cannot give me that. Please don't. I'm very sorry to displease you. I'll go and we do it right now. Heh, servants these days. It's a nice figure all they have to offer. Well, okay. The man has many controversial thoughts, but he does know when somebody's hot at least. I give the man that. Can we please murder this person? It kinda would not be the best for this operation. I'm very sorry, sir. Please do not get angry. It would be highly detrimental to your condition. The fawn is cute. Out of the way. Yes, very sorry. Miss? Hey, miss! Are you referring to me? Yeah, that's right. Miss, I saw the whole thing just now. Don't lose your heart. That's a patrol unit head. You know, you could see people like that have no right coming to the retreat. He certainly isn't a noble. Does he not worry about offending others, acting so tyrannically? Say some counts very fond of him. Not just that. Coming here for his battlefield condition? I hear that's hokum. But he hasn't stepped foot on a battlefield in his life. I heard he helped the Count do some dirty work. Got sent here so he could keep his head down. A supporter like that, with people like us, of course he lets all his hell's bells loose. The Count. Never imagined a scoundrel like that could climb high enough to befriend the Count. That's how it is. Who knows when one day he'll be made some lord of somewhere, dressed all clean and fine and sitting behind some enormous desk. I do hate when the people that I dislike get big desks. That's the worst. Okay, I do get what she meant. Anyway, don't you get angry? Because of people like that, and you wish it was an original slug stuck to you instead. What on terror is a fine young girl like you even doing, working out here? I'm gonna tell anyone I told you this, and don't go asking about, or else you'll get burned. Yes, I understand. Thank you. Next you see him, stay away a little. Heaven knows what he'll do to you. Is that the new doctor? Yes. Man, imagine if just the doctor would have walked in for no reason. I'll see it. Maybe... How old is the doctor? Do we know that? Maybe I should just, you know, do more of my side stories. Doctor? Oh, so you know each other. Then get out of your way. Maybe not plague time after all. Take care. Don't let a head caretaker see you. She cares a lot about us newcomers. He's a good one. You're right, Dr. Louisa. We cannot let her down. Will you still be busy with work in a bit? There are some things I'd like to tell you. Apologies, Doctor. I still need to brew a new cup of coffee. That Count's pet doesn't continue to pick bones with me. I'll find you right after. Alright then. Remember to be careful, Catseed. Honestly, might be my personal take, but you should also not refer to her as Catseed while doing this. I guess it's unlikely, but it still might blow your whole cover, right? Like, you know, she does look like Catseed, and is called Catseed, but Catseed must be that. Must be somebody else. Dr. Louisa. It's just the two right now, Catseed. You should be using an alias. Louisa, borrowing your daughter's name. Disguise of that level is purely for humiliating the secret police. In their eyes, I'm already dead. And after this incident, I leave Ursus. May not be able to return for a very long time. Lydia, I love you, Lydia. Honestly, man, if I would have more time and energy, I would love to go back into my wards and make a supercard whenever Musty just is in my chat and screams he loves one of the characters. How many different characters would we then end up with after I'm done and to the story? Just wondering if there's an operator Lydia reminds you of. Actually, don't know from the top of my head. Musty, why? I thought we were friends. You come to my home, you come to my domicile, and then you spit in my face like this? After all we went through? After all of our history? Anyways. Nobody will know the Grand Duke's death was a murder. Next time they come to the Grand Duke's side, they will only discover that in his old age, his breathing stopped. Will Ursus' technology not be enough to analyze the poison you've made? At present, I assure you this exceeds the understanding of what a poison is. How many years can your knowledge stay ahead of Ursus, Director? The Empire's progress has already surpassed what I imagined. But these are not the details we need to discuss right now. Elia, your hoped for arbitration can only end in this way. None of you have the means to seek further revenge. It is unreasonable. Only the paramount emperor of Ursus would be capable of erasing the Grand Duke's honor, significance, and all else. I know. Good, in that case, is this the place? Yes, we have no idea what Grand Duke Vanya is chronically afflicted with. I found out from the head caretaker that every afternoon at 3, Vanya will leave his own monitoring room and come here to relax. The most deadliest thing to have a schedule. Could not be a VTuber. I need a soundboard with bad sound effects, but please imagine some nice drum in the background there. He sunbathes here until sunset. When he has the occasional guests, he'll have his dinner right here with them. There's no way we can get close to the Grand Duke's room, but as for here, you're standing right here. Yes. But he won't be without bodyguards. The whole corridor will be sealed off when the time comes. Not for many guests clear to be with the Grand Duke, only his medical advisor, as well as his servants are allowed to enter this area. Even so, the Ursus nobles won't permit the workers to come to this balcony freely. Already waited for long enough. The longer we spend, the riskier this gets. I understand. There has to be some gap. There has to be an opening. The Grand Duke's medical advisors work in shifts, so it might be me before we know it, today or perhaps tomorrow. Elia, tell me the truth. After the Grand Duke dies, what will you do? I ask this now. We should be focused on what's before us. I'm hoping you can answer me with reality. But first, she's gonna dance. She learned this whole dance routine for his grave. Before we reached Pine Valley, I received one final letter from Vampilov's family. Sergei is still diligently serving Boris, and the city has changed course. Perhaps this is the start of something changing. They killed so many people, yet their conscience is still so clear, they rest so easily. We found out about Sergei's betrayal, but no excuse can bring back the dead. Sergei can't offer any further scientific assistance. Perhaps in a few years, they'll formally call a halt to the project, and then I'll just sit back and watch Sergei and Boris continue to collude, to trample over everything? Though Grand Duke Vanya will be dead, you don't plan to stop? There's no way I can pardon Sergei. The first time I met him, Astrov was drunk, making me so excited, telling me all about how he had such upstanding, excellent colleagues. I looked forward to this project like no one else, and I supported him. Supported him with all I could. If I forgot how worthy this event was, and I will be honest. I see those names, I will just nod my head and say, yes, I for sure recognize those names. But Twangay also hug people. So what you're saying is I should drink alcohol to call me if I want a hug from you. Even up to now. Defector Calcite, you know everything, don't you? If you won't speak up, we'll return to Chernobog. Settle things once and for all. Vampilov suddenly have an escape route his army ready for me. But maybe I wouldn't get a chance to hitchhike with any messengers. And you? I do plan to. Of course. I'm very well aware I'm setting myself alight. So, Calcite, no matter whether you plan to confess all the facts to me or not, at the very least there's one thing I want you to agree to. I know I'm doing something insane right now. I know maybe you're the one in the right, but right now I only have one request. Look after my daughter. Look after Louisa. Next generation doesn't need to inherit the hassle of hatred. If nobody can escape the cycle in the end, at least promise me, Calcite, look after her. You can please look after Lyudmila too. You know, who the hell is it? Am I just not too stupid enough to recognize the actual operator? See, Lanik. Why have her? Why? I never used her, that's for sure. But I guess I don't think I have her. She is a 5-star. But she is cute. Okay, you know, I give you. She is cute. She do be a cute medic. Is a good medic. That's what we judge now. I feel like I'm debating my stream so often. Anyways, that's the fandom wiki. It's probably not the best wiki to look things up on. But now judge this. So we have a cool skill 1 that gives extra range and basically more healing. Attack instances that fire compounded drug shell. When the shell hits, heal surrounding allies 80% of the student's attack and deals 100% arch damage to enemies. That's kinda interesting. I don't think I've seen any direct medics that do basically attack. It does not sound the most amazing in history, but it's something. And this operator is assigned to the workshop for elite material 75%. Hell yeah, baby. That is actually kinda decent. Okay, I judged by looking at the war numbers and being expert in Arknightsing. She is not that great. Okay, can I actually see her outfit? This is... That is cute. Okay. She climbed the rankings. That is hella cute. Okay, anyways. Dr. Lisa, where are you? Here. Please, wait one moment. Kaisidai, I promise you. This is simply a mother's final wish. I will see Lisa grow up. Thank you. Well, she did keep it. Hell yeah. Astrov, the last time he held little Louisa's hand, he told me something half-jokingly. He said he hoped little Louisa would become a medical researcher just like me. And when Louisa was old enough to go to school, he hoped you'd be her very first teacher. Oh, I see. Those were the very last words he said to his daughter before he suddenly went to the institute that night. Oh, Doctor, here you are. Perfect. If you were any later, the head caretaker would have gone ballistic. Doctor? What's got your eyes all wet? Did something happen? Nothing. What's the matter? It's time to make rounds. Wasn't even paying attention. Right, I understand. Is there some kind of commotion over there? Yes, seems an old nobleman come from far off. Don't know for what. As long as the days goes by smooth, that's what matters. Exactly, just focus on your job. Hello. Excuse me, we're currently making rounds. Seems you weren't on the list of scheduled visitors. Can I ask who you are? Just an Ursa citizen here on a whim, looking to meet an old friend. Do carry on, madame. I hope I don't bother any of you in your work. Witte, are you off? No, old friend. I'll see you again in a bit. You should be more mindful of your health with winter here. Don't set off that asthma of yours. As you were, madam, I'll be waiting in the hall. Peace. Minister Witte. Do watch out. I'm sorry. The Grand Duke didn't know you were visiting. It's our negligence on the job to blame. As a token of apology, the Grand Duke would like you to have dinner with him. We hope you understand the Grand Duke is ill, and if not for that, he would have greeted you himself. Our plan? No. I'm sorry. I'm greatly sorry. What's wrong with you? In the presence of the minister? Nothing. Just some alcohol spilled on the bed sheets. Calm down, madam. What happened? I'm sorry. The cap on the isopropyl bottle was too tight. Applied too much force. You could have just asked someone else to help. Sorry. So sorry. I'll go and fetch a towel right now. As for the Grand Duke's invitation, I do regret that my messenger is still waiting for me. I can't stay so long. Do pass the message on to Vanya. Tell him to rest up with peace of mind here. For he should remember also that this is a meritorious place for those our majesty gives favor, not another social hub for the nobility to mingle in. Got it. If you could just hold on. The Grand Duke will be very sad to hear. This is official business. We have to choose between our majesty and the Grand Duke. I'm forced to wrong the Grand Duke, Vanya. You should have spoke sooner. If that's so, the Grand Duke will surely empathize with you. May your vote be ever queen. Send him my regards. Dr. Lisa, what's wrong? Halsid. Who is he? Viscount Islam Witte. That's an unfortunate name, I feel like. You recognize him? There's his new Minister of Finance, a fresh noble with deep favor from the Emperor. It's alright, Dr. Lisa. I've only surface knowledge of his character, and don't know specifically how he made his fortune. But what I do know is, he's the present pillar who the Emperor of Ursus has personally assisted. And young elites like him can only have their sights set on the whole of Ursus. The waves of crisis crashing against the Empire, the crises of Chernobog are mere tiny ripples. I'm a Grand Duke of Ursus. Hold on. Minister of Finance came to Pine Valley? It has no armed entourage? That does seem kinda strange. Oh, I don't think so. Man, I forgot that we were in the desert once. Guess we can do one stage, but yeah, Jesus Christ, the story of this event is long. "13 years ago, 8 p.m. heavy snow, Victoria Border Autonomous Region, County of Toron, Vincent Manor. What a splendid blizzard eve. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome, please come in. Allow the stones to push the snow off your tops and throw yourselves by the pressure. And good evening to you, Count. Truly a magnificent survey this is. Welcome, Lady Diana. To meet you on the eve of the new year is my honor entirely. Let's go, we just have a nice New Year Eve's party, nothing's gonna happen. Nonsense. Now take a look, Count. I have a present for you, all the way from Casimus. The beautiful pendant. My greatest thanks, Lady Diana, and send my well wishes to your husband. Now hurry along inside. We can't have the snow burying your gorgeous looks. Ah, you speak as fine a line as ever. No, kids would say he does have the this. He also does have the jawline, for sure. He is looks maxing. Yeah, I'm still with it. Let's go. Look who's here. It isn't our Baron of Rye. I could never shoulder a title as hefty as Baron, but here I am anyway, the pure nerve. See what you're saying. We all respect you from the bottom of our hearts. Who spurns the man who feeds his people well now? Ah, you're quite right. when harvest comes next year, I'd be honored if you visit my humble home. The tallest windmills in town, the scent of flower everywhere. A stay is sure to enchant you, if I do say so myself. Quite good, undoubtedly quite good, and this blizzard shall pass, and next year will come, trotting in right behind it with fine, fine harvests. My gratitude for your kind words. Head in and warm yourself up now. You're serving the spice pat you so love tonight, of course, baked with most exquisite fragrant flour, all sourced from your farms. That does sound neat. How about you? Won't you come in? It's almost time. Let your good servants welcome the remaining guests. But the etiquette demands that this man is freezing to death. Perhaps you speak sense, but no matter. I like to greet my invitees personally. They're all the most adorable people, whether noble or merchant, cleric or soldier. Tehran is a fine, fine place, isn't it? Why? You character, you? Oh, let me see. We still have the Mr. and Mrs. Arizona, that admirable lighthouse operator. And they actually gave the lighthouse operator some vacation time to go and leave his lighthouse. I mean, I don't know how this actually works in Terra, but wasn't basically being a lighthouse work like super serious business in the past? Like, I feel like some countries, like, wasn't it more or less that the government itself or like royalty or something did appoint you because, you know, it was so important, but it also meant that you were expected to, yeah, do your work every day because otherwise ships will sink and basically not really being able to leave your lighthouse, etc. I'd heard from my most vulnerable fellow student, that gifted orator Thompson, that he had recently taken ill, and I couldn't approve the thought of him facing a blizzard for a banquet, hence my specifically sending for a messenger to send him my well wishes. And yet, measure my surprise to see, seems to be a sneaky darling of a messenger right here. Here. Mr. Sidey. How long since we've last met? That's Sidey? Okay, I guess I see it. Uncle Vincent, don't ruffle up my hair. I had to spend so long making it. Fine, our little Heidi. I wonder if any important lighthouses are in this game. Looks at the Limbus Company crossover. I'm sure the Seaborn storyline will have no important lighthouses. Surely. What a dashing lady you are now. However, your father never sent word you'd be arriving today. Be candid with your uncle now. Have you come on this lie? And I say, if you're still quite young, if your father saw you twist tonight, you'd be in for the neck, wouldn't you? Uncle, I'd hate him nagging at me. That's why I slipped off in the first place. Yet you called out a gallery of VIPs and bright minds tonight. I couldn't help my curiosity. Not to mention, my papa always wants me to broaden my scope, get out beyond the classroom. And isn't this the finest opportunity? And you swear you're not here to see the boys, hoping for a chance meeting? You know, your father's told me you've been absorbed in all those tawdry romance novels lately, and it's been worrying him so. But what about my nice spy fiction novels? How could I? I'm not such a naive girl. Aw. Your father worded it very well. Romanticism is all and well, and writing aiming to be consumed, pulling rule over the truths of life, so as to curry favor with readers and bring the last drop of worth from its material? There's nothing of value in it. Man just hates fictional stories. He would probably just look at me disappointed that I'm sitting here and playing a gacha game. In that regard, all of Toron ought to be learning from your father. Uncle, let's stop the subject now. I'm embarrassed hearing this. And honestly, my papa, telling people off left and right when he was young, and in the end he made himself a businessman. Made himself a huge fortune. The old Gardener Association constantly joke about him. It drives me mad. Some things up life's sleeve you just can't refuse. Oh well, Merchant Thompson did it for you two ladies. Back when he was younger, he'd find any chance to grumble about his unrecognized talent to me. How's his health been lately? Just his chronic pains. Once winter's gone, he'll be alive and well as ever. So you availed yourself while your parents couldn't watch you. Made off of your mother's clothes and came to join the festivities? Right, no, I came on educational purposes. Just as my father guided me. Wink wink. Heidi. But you just never saw me. Been quite too headstrong this time. Look at this awful snow today. I suppose something had happened to you on the way. How would I ever explain to your father? Well, Uncle, you see, it's too late now anyway. I can't just find a car and head back now, can I? Oh dear child. Quick in, don't you freeze now. Hooray! You're the best, Uncle! But what are you still waiting for? Is there still some guest noble enough to wait like a snowman at the door? We do laugh, Heidi. Honestly, I'm still sad that in a sense I never used her, since getting her in the chapter where the whole gimmick is that whoever has the most block gets nuked, and then getting a character with which you can manipulate the block power of your operators is very interesting. I'm not sure how many other operators that actually do. Maybe I will say, if I would know all the operators, I would say it's less of a novel design, but I just like the concept. She's probably also garbage, but she might have her own niche, which is probably all you can ask for a welfare unit. Right, now standing Lettervano cleric. Last year, your aunt caught some illness unawares, had a fever that wouldn't abate, and it's thanks to the cleric that it vanished. We struck up Concord afterwards, but I paid frequent visits. This cleric's not just fine with medicine, but has original views in all walks of life. Really a mind-opener. Yeah, well, if you vouch for them like this, they must be really incredible, right? But of course. If a person of those talents could swear loyalty to the Vincent family, it'd bring a deal of vigor to building the local land. I even had every intent to invite the cleric along as a friend on my journey to Londinium, and your aunt would have appreciated the diversion, but would you know what luck? Out on business. So today, mark my words, I'll be introducing this insightful scholar to one and all. Uncle, is the Lettervano cleric a gentleman by any chance? A fine mannerly sancta maybe? On the older side? Oh no, she isn't the older man. One. There it is, you little scamp. Swaying your poor intentions even. Just asking. Don't get too excited. She's a notorious woman, and she isn't a sancta. Very rare to see, but also just she's a feline cleric. I truly do appreciate people like her. Uncle, I didn't hear any of that. I won't be perverted to auntie. You can cross my heart. And what silly ideas have you gotten? I really ought to make Thompson give you a proper word or three. But that is an outfit for Calcite. I did not expect this. Interesting hairdo. My apologies, Sir Vincent. Might have arrived late. Back to fighting in the desert for our lives for 5 seconds. Should be kinda straightforward. I want this as a skin.
정했어?
Fair. I do have seen basically some people think that we might get a Kal'Sid altar soonish, or because of like one Shillet in that trailer that released recently with the skins and stuff. But I don't want to look into it because I feel like I still can spoil me, and I don't want to think about that. But maybe that will be skin for her or something. Mercenary clad in heavy armor. It cannot be that important.
휠체어로는 철골 위에서 드리프트를 못할 거라고? 사과야, 오늘도 잘 부탁해. 자슈 애플파이.
내가 말하지.
What if I reach the point where nah, I'm so far from being serious.
말해. 내장 해제 확인.
I guess I will say this also like every time I stream a side story like this. I do get that I guess the intent was that new players could do the first few stages, but it kinda does make like all the normal stages so irrelevant if you have been playing the game for a bit. I'm just here vibing and waiting for it to end.
지금부터 아이돌이지. 지금은 그딴 거 아무래도 상관없어.
Maybe those could be nice stages where I could start gimbing myself a little bit, but I don't know what kind of theme I would go with for a team that is nice flavor. I mean, I guess I do say I like my Horned Woman. Maybe I should make like an all Sarkas team or something like this. Which would be funny, but I think I probably also miss a lot of operators or something like that. Ah. Lervik Kal'Sid, you're finally here. Your mode of dress. I was deeply honored by your invitation, but with certain matters to attend to, Monastery could not prepare suitable evening attire for me. But only this outfit buried in the storeroom. I hope you shouldn't mind. You like calling woman, I see. I would face it differently, but yes, horns are pretty neat. Oh, quite naturally, I shan't. I'd go so far as to say your attire is utterly, formidably gallant. Heidi, you don't just stand there. Here, this is Lervik Kal'Sid. Give her a greeting and then hurry inside quickly. Heidi? Miss Heidi, it's good to meet you. I'm Heidi? I know it already. An adorable name. So you're Lervik Kal'Sid, is that right? I often hear my uncle mention you. The pleasure's mine. Happy Heidi, that is cute. Lervik Kal'Sid, I imagine you know of Mr. Thompson too. Right, this is Heidi Thompson before you, the strange fellow's daughter. She is so gay. Well, I mean, can you blame her if Kal'Sid would be in front of you like this? Wouldn't you? Okay, maybe you wouldn't, but you know, I do understand why she started talking bottom. I see. Your father's a person worthy of respect. Right then, do come in, Lervik. Thank you again for your generosity, Sir Vincent. I'd become straight, I think. I see. Oh. Did you know the Count went to Londinium? Have you ever been in that city before? Don't remind me. Once had everything packed up ready and then a catastrophe messenger came trotting along to say, the boat's ahead's blocked, you all go back. I was beside myself returning home. Immediately had a great bouts of illness. Oh my, how dearly wretched. Is that auspicious port coming today? I have a few works I wrote in private, and I'd hoped he could do the honor of appraising them. Perish the thought. Have you forgotten just how many manuscripts from thinkers Thompson torn up in front of the Count? Oh, I remember. Thompson's ruthless. He even said himself, the clash of ideas ought to be a ruthless thing. Pretty frightening he is. It's not a be-all nor end-all to show off. My, but it charms all in young men like that, isn't it? Muddled test, romantic and free. Of course, I admit I once admired Thompson for those qualities, but in front of the Count, Thompson still can't shake off his own deliberate arrogance. Deliberate? Thompson? Isn't it obvious? He regards our esteemed Count after all. Forget his nobility and status. In these last years, the Count's governed his land with perfect order. It's plain for all of us to see. Ah, well, it's not his land in name, mind. It's for all of us to manage, but I'll admit, the Count deserves his reputation for leading. I do have respect. I have to respect the man. At least we forget. He's had multiple invitations to the gatherings at Londinium. He does dine with the big fish. Don't you think our little place, allow me to admit our broader situation, deserves some sense of pride? Nobles. Let's not make the topic so stiff. We're all people of Victoria, aren't we? Just some are doing better than others. Some might be dying out there in the cold. But we are dining on the finest metal crabs tonight. Hell yeah, baby. People. Ever since that outrageous hanging, we can barely claim to know whose people we are. Simmer down, we all regret our Majesty's departure, but we can still drink a few toasts here today, you see? In other words, today is a happy day. Don't pick up anything so frightful. Look, here comes the Count. I overheard your conversation. Very intriguing, Richard. I'd much like to take a look at your writings. Man, imagine being called a dick. I'm sorry, Richard. Oh, poppycock. Good Count, in comparison to you, my little effort appeals like a man under a skyscraper. That's right, Vincent. Hurry, tell us of your trip to Londinium. Let us all hear it. Who did you meet? Any Grand Dukes of living legend? In due time, everyone, in due time. Night has just begun. Don't forget, today is a day of festival celebration. Allow me to introduce to you all two special guests of ours. Cleric Calcid, do come. Good evening, honorable guests. Allow me to give my most sincere respects to you all. What now? By your appearance? Why, you are a lady? Aw, what a mighty shame. Man, I think there's multiple people simping for Calcid. People do love the cat girls. I think it's not much of a shame at all, Cleric Calcid. Good evening. Cleric Calcid, I believe I remember the Count speaking of you. He here treated his wife, and so garnered his good favor? With regards to the Count's wife, that was no light affair. You tell us about where you're from. Veteran clerics who aren't Sancta are so rare. My, let alone one so charming as you. Beautiful miss, where do you come from? And where will you go, Cotton-eyed Joe? Aren't I the one asking? Don't you interrupt. The Count gives word that you're a pillar of talent. You have any inclination for philosophy or the arts? And unique insights, perhaps. You flatter me. It was the only chance I hated the Count's wife. I have the distinction of his recognition. That's all. Oh, If you're familiar with the Count, surely you know Sir Thompson too then? Oh, of course. Performs the verity of his scholar and tone. I often hear the Count talk of him. And things couldn't align better. Servant, please fetch the wine I brought. I wish to have a proper causerie with the Count and the cleric. Won't you dominate our survey, you egomaniac? Can't we all just chat about something fun? For example, that fashion walk at Londinium. Yeah, see, that is the important talk. Have you seen the color of the dress during winter? Outrageous. Fine by me. Everyone just let me rest my legs for a while here. I'll be soaking in the knowledge and the booze. Now, aren't you a lazy one? Your state would be doubled by now if not for that. Winery still isn't enough? Alright, you mentioned you had another guest. I don't know if... Good evening, Mrs. and Mrs. Heidi, what are you doing here? Little Heidi, you're very pretty dressed today. That bastard Thompson. I fear for all my life. It's children alone where I'll never compare to him. No, Heidi is near drinking age. Why don't you enter a wine glass? Servants, if you could pour a cream soda. Don't always treat me like a child, Uncle Vincent. But drinking laws are drinking laws. Man, imagine not being German, being allowed to drink at like 13 if you're with like a guardian. You're missing out, probably, maybe. Actually, please don't drink alcohol, or do. I'm not your mom. But, have a nice night. Exactly, yeah. But hey, you know, maybe it is... I wanted to say it's a Monday, I'm off, it's a Tuesday. I am a streamer. Maybe Tuesday is far enough into the week for a drink. Exactly. Alright. Strike the cream soda and replace it with ginger ale. I don't need you to coddle me like this. Little Heidi's eager to grow up. It's sad. No father wants to see his daughter grow up this quickly. I was like that at her age too. Only wanted to buy some jewelry. My father gave me a tongue lashing for it. If you won't let me drink, please can I join the dinner party? Let's see. I'll sit right here. That would be my honor, Miss Heidi. Allow me to hold your head for you. No need. I'll be fine with it on. Good then, Heidi. Don't forget that you came here tonight in secret. In a while, you'll be good and sleep for the night upstairs. It was very much like your mother, girl. But right now... Clerical seed. Do you think I'm still a child too? For you, I see no reason why it should matter. Let me pour your glass for you. Here's your ginger ale. She's exploding. Thank you. Is it to your liking? It's actually quite a nice drink. Oh my, there's no alcohol in ginger ale, is there? What's gotten your face wet? And girls vary as strangers. It's nothing new. Yeah, good old social anxiety. Come friends, seeing as we're all present, let us officially begin. You're most correct. The height of Lifanian's arts captures all hearts alike. But those Lifanians are far too pompous about themselves. Excuse me? What affords them to look down on us? Lifanian, oh Lifanian. I had too much misfortune. I haven't stopped hearing Witch King stories since I was a baby. Who knows if the twin empresses will have managed to sort out that king by the time I visit the place? Who would visit knowing the terror of the Witch King? Unlike the monarchs who ascended young, the Witch King became emperor at nearly 50 years of age, and then governed Lifanian for many more. Undoubtedly, the Witch King is the greatest curse in our lands. He turned himself into a freak of nature. He's just like those horrible stories depicted him, his horns all bent into strange shapes, emitting this strange energy. Oh, I've never seen the Witch King shown in newspapers before. Bah. Sorry there, this one's just too fine. I have seen photos of the twin empresses, come to think of it. One gleaming gold, one darkest night, one always speaks the truth, always lies. Oh, almost said it right. Heidi is slipping slowly away. Lifanian is in flux. Presumably, the Witch King barely leaves his tower. From start to finish, his gaze is presently at Lifanian. He's just pondering his orb. Let the mage be. And even when he grants an audience, it's as he casts a grand shadow from atop his tower. But the last time he touched the ground, he was morphed beyond recognition. His wretchedness, his two horns cut off by the twin empresses apiece, through two sighs of lament. The full picture of the coup d'etat is still unclear to us, but to my knowledge, our most heroically adored wanderer would never match the Witch King's true strength. This being why when the Empress's voices arrived at Victoria, escorted by the knights, when dukes were all still willing to suspend their quarrels and treat each other with respect. Pardon? Sounds as though you've been to Londinium before? I arrived from there. It was a local sanctus enlightening me that led me on this path. Kal'tsit, didn't I say? These are wonderful friends of mine. See just how popular you are. Truth is, I have a girl about the same age as you. She only knows how to splash my hard-earned money away at all the damn day. How nice it'd be if she could learn from you. Getting to know you tonight has been a truly wonderful time. Can I ask if you're still single, dear Kal'tsit? Man. Play with Kal'tsit! Oh, Heidi, don't cut in so randomly. You should be heading upstairs to turn in about now. Allow her to speak, Count. In this day and age, children are always much more mature than we imagine. I mean, they have to learn one way. Very Kal'tsit, can I ask if you've been to Ursus before? She isn't random noble lady. Man. Are you saying that you did a thing? How did you convince Kal'tsit? How did you win her over? What was it? Funny war crimes? Oh, that nationwide rebellion and violence. I was studying abroad. I spent some time at Deity Grifferburg. Are you interested in Ursus? Yes. Papa once gave me a few books to read by an Ursus author. She does not know about it yet. My best of luck to you. Oh, you got this. Ursus only ever produces two kinds of arts, raucous sensationalism or two eternal grades. But be aware that Monster is my daughter. If Thompson liked it, chances are it was the latter, wasn't it? Not really do trust him. I really put him in high esteem. He wanted to go to Deity Grifferburg himself to visit him. But business always meant he had to put it off. And this year, with his old injuries flaring up again, he wasn't able to go. That's a bonus. Fair. Your father was injured? That's right. He broke his knee and then put off surgery for too long, so it's not fully treated. I warned him. Yeah. No idea what happened last year. He came scuttling back with wounds all over. All he'd say was he ran into a robber and dropped off a cliff. Wasn't interested in saying much else. We want to go Ursus, Miss Heidi. Now, that won't do. The death of the last Emperor and the rebellions had a profound effect on the country. Should you want to study there, you do well to wait a few years first. Just talking about it, what impression do you have of the country? I'll tell you a story. It's a story of how Ursus' 6th army were annihilated, without a trace by a bottle of vodka. What did we learn, kids? You should drink more alcohol. Well, this rumor doesn't sound plausible at all. Any event is boiled down to its course. Its conclusion tends to sound unexpected. We're all used to the process, aren't we? That does make sense. It began with a ruffian from the army collecting rent in one of the garrison regions without realizing he menaced a noble. That act fermented the whole way through. The 6th Army then were always considered utterly corrupt. The old noble's power rooted too deep, while the 5th Army were unconditionally obedient to the young emperor and the brand new state council. We have no way to know for sure who fired the first shot, but as for the outcome, the 5th Army ultimately seized the chance to revolt, and between two cities' paths started a direct firefight with the 6th Army. Prologue to the Great Rebellion comes in many editions. I've definitely heard a few things of the 6th Army's very deeds. They fought just like that? We're probably leaving out a fine few details here. If it were that simple, then it wouldn't have been dubbed the Great Rebellion. Being a border guard outfit, the 4th Army, with a domain of 40 and influence decidedly not in the hinterlands, suddenly switched sides to support the State Council, and proactively declared no relationship with the traitors in the 6th Army. After the execution of a few prepared scapegoats, the old nobility had only the 6th and 8th Army left in hand. Come winter the following year, the nobility backing the 8th Army pulled at that same twig, capitulating alike to the Emperor. And so, the bitter fate of the 6th Army, who had staked it all on one throw, we can well imagine. The cause of all of this was simply one we all know, simply a drunk ruffian taking the vodka bottle he had in hand to attack a young noble. A marvelous story, Cleric Calcid. Might I even confirm this here is a little removed from the reality at all? Mighty, I want to tell you that this is how Ursus is. Every civilization in the world deserves you seeing it for yourself. It should be appreciated and have to be reflected upon. And that Ursus you admire, what have you seen? Perhaps the farms and public houses? Perhaps the grand heroes? Perhaps the highest and lowest of life in Deity Küfferberg's opera house? What I've seen is the Great Rebellion's aftermath, an age on the verge of collapse. Might Victoria have such an age of its own someday? Start sweating. Never. Not guaranteed either way, Mercedes. How could it? Have you heard about all the dukes infighting? Yeah, you little child. Are you afraid now because of Claire Calcid's mission story of Ursus? I don't intend to insult the Ursus people, but the Empire of Ursus is arguably a savage, unreasonable nation. But right now, isn't Londinium justice? Don't even say it. It pains us all that it happened. Did Victoria waver for even a moment? Alright, Count. Seeing as the topics come around, I think it's high time you told us about the tips on Londinium, yes? That's what you're most interested in. When does this cutscene end? What high nobility did you meet? I'd be honored to tell. Truth is on the way, the Duke of Normandy personally invited me to a shindig. Together at his flagship. What? And you managed to keep from telling us all the way to today? He was saving it for tonight. My, it was the Duke of Normandy himself. He always did detest Lithanians. Did he and the envoys of the Empress's voice have a scuffle? No, but by his retainer's words, the good Duke never once made eye contact with those gorgeous envoys that evening. Oh, that's the proper manner of a Duke. Ursus theatrical Grand Dukes might number more in hundreds than tens, alright? Maybe not that many, but they're quite unchecked, if I might add, somewhat incompetent too. That's a form of arrogance, but I must say, everyone who's experienced the Londinium manner for themselves would echo the sentiment. I trust the Duke of Normandy need only rely on his own power to make those Lithanian creed-blending extremists know their place for a few dozen years. Let alone the fact they've certainly more than a single duke. Check it out, Heidi. No, I'm still thinking about what Cleric Calcid said. Could I talk with her alone for a bit? Oh, if you're to talk Londinium without Calcid, it would certainly be much duller. Yeah, you flatter me. Now, no rush. I see the Baron of Weiss calling at me, so I need to chit-chat with him now. I assure you, I'll be back shortly to tell the full tale. Does this all bore you, Miss Heidi? No, it doesn't. I'm alright. fine, it's just, I thought we talked more about poetry or the wheat harvest, but it turns out not. Sick of foreign politics. That's what tonight's dinner party was meant for. I can see, you also consider it somewhat boring, don't you? You understand more than anyone, and you can't stand all those people in the giggling gaggle around Uncle Vincent, correct? But she can be people, huh? Seem to have some misunderstanding about me. We only met tonight, didn't we? But it's like we know each other for so long. You're right, Cleric Calcite. Call me just Calcite. Then, Calcite, could you walk with me? In a while longer, Uncle Vincent will have me sent off into the loft. Certainly don't want to go to bed this early. The snow seems to have gotten heavier. Would you mind that? I wouldn't. Allow me to accompany you. That's a nice garden. What a snowstorm! Biggest one in recent years. I like the snow, Calcite. Like my home too. You know. You, how cold. Everyone's all huddling inside by the fireplace. It's just us two now, Calcite. Calcite. It's so difficult to be alone with you. You're yet young, Heidi. Your father shouldn't have let you get involved so easily. But that's what I wanted, Calcite. We should do something, rather, instead of hiding in the warm house, gazing out just as a child would. When winter fully comes, would a single Ogre Victorious be spared from the blizzard? That being the case, we should prepare early. I guess she has some point, but yes. You resemble your father greatly. Is that a compliment? Let's say it is. Nobody should find us here, so I can hand these letters to you. Your father's intelligence operatives are never late. They're the best messengers, workers, and aspirants in all of Victoria, except this time. Something happened. Young Heidi makes not an innocent step more. She's right. Before upheaval arrives, the young must always be the soonest to prepare. There are 2 letters, Dame Calcite. One from all of Victoria, another from Castle. Oh boy. We will find about this letter of Castle. Not even next time, since I want to stream on Thursday more Arknights, but it is probably gonna just be IS and the Corp event. Maybe I should also hit up one of my streamer friendos. It could be fun to do together. But I'm not actually sure how much you can grind at the start of it, since Arknights also does like do unlocks stuff later on. But yeah, let's do the Olympus event then. The April Fool's one. I wonder if Arknights would do anything. Do we get an April Fool's event? That would be neat. I do want my 1-star operator that I'm missing. But yeah. Let's set everything up. I guess I should probably Yeah, I am. I guess I can even change my outfit in a second. Do you want to know? I mean, we will see. There's a quick download. I'm hyped to see it though. Cool. It should be full screen, but we'll do this once in game. I also need to crank up the audio. That is a no, basically, yes. I mean, we will skip. I do wonder. I mean, honestly, last event was kinda elaborate with the whole sinners changing bodies and actually also giving us a boss fight. Around, but yeah, I will also quickly make YouTube new streams. I will end this one. Or the Limbus. This one's very cute. Let's go! I hope the game will let me go to the settings menus. That would be very appreciated, since if I don't stream, or it doesn't this, because if I don't stream, I don't have Limbus normally in full screen or with high audio levels. But yeah, and the YouTube stream. Is it worth it? Maybe I can just... It is probably better for archiving reasons. Yeah, let's end it.